Alright, let's go.
Yeah, guys, welcome back to the Anything Goes podcast, episode number 7. I'm John, my co-host, Mr. Kev Carter.
Yeah, man, what's up?
Yeah, I'm John, my special guest today, a good friend of mine, a slightly controversial figure. We would say so myself.
Yes, we controversial, man.
Dude, how
Devil's
you doing,
advocate
sir?
in the building. Man, ain't alright, man.
Good, man.
Just tired of this corona thing.
Oh,
I
my
want to go outside.
Jesus, peace. My man, you're supposed to beer from a nickel G. I want to Yeah, man. Oh,
I want to go outside.
Jesus, peace. My man, you're supposed to beer from a nickel. Yeah, man. So, you got other boys, though?
Man, ain't good, man. I was here contemplating if I should drink some of this bleach or inject some disinfectant to try to, immune myself for this this corona.
Me Trump tablets.
The Trump tablets, man.
The Clorox chewables.
The Clorox chewables, yes, them ones that's up. Them was the ones that we need to get.
Yo, something wrong with the duck here.
Chewable, boy.
Chewable bleach tablets, boy. Next thing you can hear is Gramoxone.
God, is that?
Be careful, your girl horny. Gramoxone.
If Gramoxone could cure her, it could cure corona.
Oh my god. So, Kev, how you doing?
Yeah, I good, man. I good.
Yeah, man. You know what? Let's jump straight into it, peoples. What's
Yeah.
your guys' thoughts on the restrictions being lifted? It was passed last from Monday. Like, you could go and drink a little rum. You could be from 6 in the morning to 8 a.m. Well, 9 a.m. Sorry. Other you all know, your boy King Darian was nowhere at the beach to be found. One, his guts had gotten too big, and number two, he does not want to be infected with corona. I'll let you gentlemen take the floor. Kev, what's your thought on the restrictions being lifted?
All right. I was a bit too moved on the holiday. Not first. I was telling you, there really the idea is too soon. You know, this corona thing still in the air, and 6ix9ine got too much people. I did indeed went to the beach last week.
How predictable.
What's this day was Saturday actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturday Bones Beach. It was nice. But however, though, I still do have the opinion that the hour is a bit too limited. 6 to 9. They could just expand it even for like another hour or two, like 6 to 11 or something. I'm sure about midday. I don't know if midday is really a good idea, but if it was to do it to like 6 to 11, I think if they could implement that, it would probably be a bit, the crowds would be less. So that's what I would suggest. What about you, Teague?
Man, I went to the beach and I never really placed any thought into it. Like, it was just like the beach open. I usually swim on a Saturday morning with my stepbrother for exercise. So it's like the beach open. There we go. But when I went, I see so many people out there. They ain't really social distancing.
This is Monday.
This was Saturday.
Oh,
at Bronx Beach.
Same.
Well, yeah, and I see you. I can't understand.
I see you either.
I mean, for 50 million people down there, I don't think you would see each other.
So much people. Wow, God.
It was enough people, man, and
yeah.
And the first thing that struck me was, yo, if you get in the water, you ain't really going to mask. That's the first. So the first thing you gonna do is that you can take that mask off, and chances are, where you can take that mask off, and you care. So like you care or wherever you bike is, like some people may walk to the beach or whatever, but a lot of people drive to the beach because they can't even find a park out there. And like I see a lot of people with their mask off, interacting with each other, men out there scrimmaging football.
Yeah, correct. Whoa.
And that sort of thing that was in my mind was like, yo, boy, this could actually cause a big wave of infections just because of that. Because nobody, people talking with each other, people running boat, people swimming with each other, they're in the water, the And the Bros Beach, yes, it's a big beach, but the amount of people that were there, it was like
crazy.
You can't do the social distancing. If
Period.
you with you brethren, you
Yeah.
can't do the social distancing. So
You think
I feel I feel like that short window to get to the beach, that's a problem.
you think about it too, what I found too is that it wasn't even a case where you could say, man, I could social distance in the sea by myself, they ain't got no boy ready in the sea. You couldn't social distance outside of like on the sand, nor in the actual sea. So
You
it was
definitely
crazy,
couldn't.
man. It was crazy. So,
And the mask too. Nobody ain't going. Hardly anybody on that beach had on their mask.
period.
I saw
But would that
one
mask be
man with a
inconvenient
mask.
though to wear in the ocean?
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
be.
for sure. But I mean, like, I guess what Teague is saying is like you can at least wear it to the actual sea, but when you go in the sea, I guess just take it off. But
You put in one of them bags that I'm not a Ziploc bag, you know what I mean? The water type bags, put your keys in, what you gonna do? See?
yeah,
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 but there ain't really no process to it
Mm-hmm.
for being to
correct.
the beach
The beach is
and
so
covering
open.
up. The beach
Yeah.
is such a big open area,
Right.
so it's still tough.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, they probably could have opened things like parks and that sort of thing before they opened the beach.
Beach right then.
Let people run boat, but they'll still be wearing a mask
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to this other
Mm-hmm.
thing.
King Darian,
Mm-hmm.
when you go in the beach.
I mean, I want to be honest, right? This whole thing got my brother offset. I don't really want to wake up early to run into the beach or run back.
Mm-hmm.
So I just waiting for it to get extended again. Honestly, like to me, it made the sense personally to run to the beach or run back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I know I'm gonna get up
you
5
gotta
o'clock
get
in the
to the
morning
beach
to
in
go
that
to the
window.
beach.
5.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be gonna. I mean, to be fair, that individual was really excited to go to the beach, but it's like I am waking up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock to go run to the go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I'll just wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I know one thing that I did, and that was have a few beers and some rum. So, what liquor do you guys purchase?
The thing about it, right, is that I can't understand why people ain't buying nothing. So I stock it up. Like
Me prior to
you got
the lockdown.
The corona.
exactly like you hear
Yeah,
this
but
coronavirus coming. Got you liquor stock.
yeah.
You can't be playing. You can't be making sport with you liquor. You can't wait till after to buy liquor, big man.
Mm-hmm.
They got things that essential. You gotta get your biscuits. You gotta get your sardines and your canned food. And you gotta get your liquor. There's things that, especially as a Caribbean person, you should know. Yo, I gotta get my ESA Fields or my Johnny Walker or whatever. So
Sir. Why are we buying peak dinners, sir?
Exactly. Yeah, certain.
We buy peak dinners.
Yeah, no. But yeah, though. Oh, yeah.
yeah, well, they should get. I think it was a bit unnecessary to ban the alcohol. I
Me too.
understand the
Yeah.
reasoning behind it though,
I
because
don't think it.
people are like people just lame a lot.
I feel that would have banned the alcohol to stop people from
Yeah,
socializing or somebody getting drunk
yeah,
in the middle of curfew and doing a bunch of nonsense. But
Yeah.
I don't think they should have banned it. But a good friend of mine put forward a theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
He asked if the alcohol was lifted to help keep the masses happy.
To help the.
Keep the masses happy.
Oh, you mean, man, for sure. Definitely.
No,
For sure.
okay.
You know, Arthur, so many people miss alcohol. I'm telling you. The, my gosh. Business a lot happier now, boy.
yeah, boy.
I mean, to be fair, the
People
story was there, but
socializing.
This past week, I made boy was like a different Barbados compared to the previous weeks.
not the when you see the video with the man running with the boy motorcycles today.
Yeah.
Really,
You
what?
mean any policeman? You mean police running behind them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see that. I want that video. I want that video with the with Mary.
Mary.
Yes, look, listen. Apparently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's my stepbrother that was telling me this. The
What?
people at Barbados today or Nation News or whoever was reporting, and they were saying, man, most of the people are going to the beach and they're following the social distancing rules
Mm-hmm.
and enjoying themselves. And then you hear somebody holler out, Mary, but I ain't see you in years. I come and hug at the woman.
Maybe behind the woman.
I don't even know.
That was on Martin. I saw the video here.
Oh wow.
That was so funny. Like hearing
I
about
need
that
to
was
see
so
that.
funny.
Yeah, when the girl send y'all the link.
I need to see that.
Definitely, I need to see that for sure, so I can get a good laughing.
Yeah, that was sporty.
But I don't know, man. Phase 3. Phase 3, man. I think Phase 3 would have said it is no.
May
They go
18th.
ahead on GIS.
Supposed to be May 18th.
Yeah, they gonna reassess things basically. Yeah.
So I got a question. So what y'all think should be open for May 18th? What business think we should be open? Are we ready to open anything?
Essentially, like, I don't think this. Well, obviously, a lot of businesses want income. You know, a lot. I think I think the prime minister is very focused on the economy as well. So she wants a society where a lot of people are working and stuff. So I
For
guess,
sure.
but I still don't think. I still don't think we really ready for phase 3 though. I think
I
like
don't. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
I believe barbers are essential. So like I would say like of the non-essential workers, like of the most important non-essentials, I would bring back those, but not like all of them are like not over 50% of them. That's for sure. I would bring back like 25% of the non-essentials, but the really important ones. That's what I would do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing with a barber is with him or her being such close contact with individuals, can that cause the virus to spread?
My hairdressers and stuff. Me too.
It can. I think my main issue, and I guess you guys probably saw one or two on my Facebook post, but it was be a motley because I was really frustrated with what she was doing.
PM,
All
Yeah.
right, man. I can't pay $10,000, right? So
PM.
now you good. Do your thing. I just say
okay.
don't say that reckless or red man, because
We got come up with a nickname, don't we?
I should.
I see so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I was saying is I was pretty critical of her because look, I think that there were some things that were done that didn't need to be done, and there was a lot of trial and error where there was no need for trial and error. Like trial and error is where trial and error does come into place where when you don't know something, like you don't know something, you say, well, I can try a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And the thing about it, there was a lot of trial and error with policy that we didn't need. Like the testing or the changing, the shifting the policy for testing, it wasn't needed in the first place. Like you can imagine that them now saying that if you go to a doctor, the doctor can refer you based on the symptoms that you got. That's something that should have been done from day one, but it wasn't. Them trying to reduce the amount of tests and they gotta be sure that you got coronavirus before the test. Yeah, you got most of them coronavirus symptoms, and they're trying to save the test. It's like, no, you gotta. One of the things that was established early on was that you gotta test as much as possible to understand the problem. That's the only way you can really solve this or develop like a sensible policy that will work. And the thing is, is that we seeing
not to derail you, but do you think that we waited a bit too long to implement a proper testing policy in the first place?
I think we did. Look, I know that as a developing country, because this is what I want to do for my own little podcast, speak about countries in the global south and their testing. It's going to be difficult to just do this mass amount of testing, this huge amount of testing where you just test a majority of your population. So when you look at the numbers, you will look at places like So for example, India has a large population, 2.2 billion or something like that. And they only have, well, the last time I checked, they only have like 1,251 cases. Now that's impossible because India is a place where they don't have a lot of, they don't even have proper sanitations in some of those densely populated areas.
Mm-hmm.
So their healthcare system can't really deal with a mass outbreak, but their healthcare system can't even determine exactly how big the outbreak is. So whatever policy they put in place ain't gonna reflect that. But still, at the same time, as a small developing country, you gotta say, look, this is what we need to do, and let me try to get it done. Let me reach out to and see whatever support we could get. Let me reach out to any NGO we could reach out to. Let me reach out to the WHO. Let me reach out to other nations that may not be suffering as bad with this here and see if we could get testing kits and try to get those testing kits as in as early as possible and then build your policy around that. But I think that there was just this thing where we don't have enough testing kits. You can't test everybody, so we can do this. But now they shift now the policy and now they're saying, well, we need to test people. So like in those early stages, they were saying, you know what, it could be thousands of individuals out here who are infected, but the government does not know because they ain't tested. So like right now we got a population of like 285,000 people, and we only test 2,000 people. And now we finding out their cases of community spread. I know we worried about community spread. So no, they're trying to move forward in policy when you really should be moving forward to try to reopen the economy. But at the same time, the testing is at such an early stage, you really should not be moving forward. So that's the problem that we have because of all of this trial and error.
Yeah, it sounds a bit of a contradiction. It's like we haven't done enough tests, but then we won't open the economy. Which to me don't make sense because you don't know how many people are infected. So, and if you don't know how many people are infected, you don't know which sectors of the economy to open. Or if you don't know exactly where the cases are directly coming from, you could open a sector of the economy that causes it to spread rapidly. I without having any knowledge of it. So
we don't know, and that's the first thing that you gotta find out exactly how many people have it. You're not exactly is gonna be it's gonna be tough because you can't test everybody.
Correct.
But
a sample
you test as much as possible. Right. Yeah, a good sample size. And to me, 2,000 people ain't a good enough sample size. The testing, no. But to me, the 17th is a bit too early. But it's gonna be a bit too early now with the testing. You gotta test people every single day. And sometimes some days you're gonna not find any cases, some days you will. But right now that you have examples of community spread, this is the time that you need to shut down. Know that you have community spread. But the policy is too much trial and error.
We have a question from one of our members, or viewers, sorry. He asked, why are the government blaming the people for community spread when the policies weren't structured around community segregation?
Good question.
That's a good question. That was one of my issues with the government and with people. Is just pointing fingers at individuals saying, "Oh man, this body ain't behaving," but it's poor policy. Like at the end of the day, look at it. I see a lot of videos coming out with people in Popular pushing and that sort of thing. But that's a regular Friday at Popular. Let's be real. A regular Friday at Popular, people want to push down each other, fight over carrot, fight over chicken, chicken legs, all sorts of different things that they're fighting over. So when you have a case where there's a high demand and a low supply, you got that bottleneck. That's what happened. So when a lot of the policies that they put in place caused there to be a bottleneck. So a bottleneck to that supply. That's how you see it. So that's where you had a lot of these issues with people crowding up at places. People's crowded up at places. Look, when they got a hurricane come in, you see the amount of people that is being in the supermarket. Yeah. Trying to get a lot corned beef and sardines and soda bits and things.
Just think about bank holiday.
Exactly, a bank holiday. Enough people be in the supermarket, so you got that high demand. So the question you got to ask, the question that the government ain't really answer with the supermarket thing, and that's just an example of one of the bad policies in my opinion. It's how we can deal with this increased demand. But at the same time, make sure that people stay safe. And then answer that question. And they answered that question for most of the things that we have. The supermarket, the gas station, they start to alphabetize the gas station, which lead to problems.
And then they had the backtrack, which to me never made sense. The hardware stores as well wanted to use alphabetical order. And what if your pipe broke? I mean, your pipe broke. You try to tell me I need to go to particularly get my pipe fixed. Like, to me, that was always a poor judgment to me.
Yeah, the supermarket, yes, I can understand, but at the same time, like some of these things you need. If my pipe burst, for example, that same example that you want to go and get yourself sorted out as soon as possible. You can't say, man, well, let me wait till next week, because you know that water bill can be high.
Correct.
So all the different things you gotta take into consideration. But to me, they did it. It was a lot of trial and error. And trial and error on things that you know already. You know that there's gonna be an increased demand. So why not create a policy that could alleviate that sort of issues that you have. And you should anticipate for them sort of issues. That's just why you see any good policy should anticipate for that. People can panic. In any situation like this, people can panic.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's basic human nature. You can be worried. Right now, people worried and rushing to the supermarket. That's why the supermarket has been so full, in my opinion, because of the haphazard changes in the policy as well. You don't know what can happen next week, so you gotta be in the supermarket buying a big bulk of food because they may shut down, for example, for the next 2 months. You don't know, so you gotta buy 2 months in food if you can afford to buy 2 months in food.
Right.
So it's messy.
Right. So
I guess they have with these phases, but it's not as detailed. It's really not as detailed as Bahamas, for example. They put out a list with all the things that they're seeking to do. Maybe the government should do that.
Kev, you want to say something?
But
Yeah.
I sure I'm kind of sympathetic towards the government and at the same time judgmental, because Corona is something that no one in the world we never experienced it. So obviously for any government having to adapt to it, it would be difficult. But being that that's the case, I've been telling Arthur this from probably the very first podcast. I was saying that the government should have been more proactive instead of reactive towards the corona. And also too, what I think they're doing is like they're singling out workplaces. They basically, like, you see, like, for example, National Assistance Board. Like, I was listening to a press conference and when they were stating that 5 of the staff members had tested positive, when the journalist had the nerve to ask whether this person would be whether the first person who would have contacted the corona, if they would be separated from the organization, which he felt was very disrespectful, because at the end of the day, it's government who passing the laws, who stating who should go to work. They could have possibly handle a curfew or shut down a little sooner, possibly. So for them to be targeting individuals, I think I saw that as a bit disrespectful. So on that end, I don't really like how the government dealt with the situation. But that being said, they're getting a bit better. But I think like the Barbadian public aren't really seeing it that way. They're saying it from a perspective where the government has always been handling it well, but that's not the case in my opinion. I think they should have been more proactive from the start. That's my take on it.
Appreciate.
True. They could have been. But I think they didn't listen to professionals in the island as well. Because some of the things that they did, like in the early stages, like it was established early on that, for example, the temperature checks were inadequate. But we had temperature checks. We had temperature checks for a while.
And they started
we started temperature check
late.
Yeah. Really late.
Yeah.
But the time we start temperature checks, it was like after people done established that, hey, temperature checks can't work. ain't good enough.
Yeah.
And they had other people that develop models to deal with this. And we ain't looking and we ain't listening to the person. Mia wasn't like she wasn't listening to some of the medical professionals because I'm quite sure medical professionals would have been tuned in to what's going on in the world. I probably would have said, look, you can't do this and you can't do that. So because of that, chances are they'll have people infected and walking around the island spreading it. Because they get past that low security check, in my opinion.
Or we have another question. What are your views on lack of appropriate and sensible policy based on the generational gap and the income disparity? But because I know the United States to me did a poor job on this, but they gave everyone $2,500 once you have worked in the past a year or so. I know
the big stimulus package.
Right, I know the premise at first says something about there would have been money paid out. I wasn't aware that it was passed, and this virus would have, with people not being able to work, it would affect those who are at the bottom of the income scale. What do you think should have been done in those instances to prepare to address the concern of those persons who make lower incomes and so they could sustain themselves through this time?
That is an interesting question.
Because I know some persons are allowed to file for unemployment and receive NIS payments, but I know that wasn't for
the unemployment checks.
Right. But I know everyone wasn't given that, or some jobs didn't pay in, or some places would just put you on like a suspended leave or whatever, but it wasn't unemployment benefits coming in. So what do you think should have been done in that instance?
I saw somebody get a check for like $25. I saw that was floating around Twitter. It was like, what, $25? $25. That is so crazy.
That's not box. I mean, Chicken Bar doing a delivery special, but that's $29.
$30. Listen, you can't even get a snap box with Chefette for delivery no boy. I see Chefette delivery is $20.
From where?
I have no idea. I know that I ain't paying the $20 for the delivery for Chefette that right there in 6 rows. I will walk first.
$20.
I have a question. I don't want to veer too off. Is curbside pickup available at these fast food establishments, or is it strictly delivery?
I assume that if they're open, considering the curfew, considering the curfew has been lifted, that 24-hour curfew has been lifted. I'm quite sure that you probably could do curbside pickup, but I guess it's back to what it was before the 24-hour curfew. That's what I would assume. Yeah, but to answer that question is a real tough question to answer. So what the government could do, because you still gotta be realistic with what the government can do, because the government is working with limited resources. Like this is a crazy time.
Yeah, because as my guy Salim put out in the live chat, and NS is currently on the staff right now, so if you are supposed to receive the check, at one point I was at an organization and my contract ended, and before Corona I had to wait 6 months. I had to wait 3 months before I got a check. So I know how it feels to have to wait on an unemployment check, and it is tough times. I mean, go ahead.
But looking at the bigger picture too, you gotta remember that Barbados still in a massive debt too with the IMF and stuff too. So
devil.
Yeah. But it's so crazy. Like it was. This is the worst start of luck you could get, because we were coming out of a hole. We were coming because we get put in a hole by the DLP.
Sir. Yeah. Not talk, sir. I don't want to be banned. I live in a party that supports the Democratic Labour Party, and I have friends who like the Democratic Labour Party. I needed to listen to this show, sir. So please be very careful what you say. Sir, I don't want my golf cart
better
to my
know.
mom's house, please. Can we please avoid any scenarios? Go ahead.
No, but we were coming out. We were coming out. We were coming out a hole, and we were now clawing our way out. And then this coronavirus thing came. Like we are not in the position to do what the US is doing. The US can spend because as much as people were cussing out Trump, and as stupid as Trump is, the economy was doing well under Trump. That's a fact at this point. That's probably why Trump would have been re-elected, because the economy was doing well. In an economy that's doing well, you could say, look, I could look at the most vulnerable groups and listen, we could give them this amount of money, or we could give them that amount of money.
Yeah.
But for as a developing country now, with a population with a lot of people that are unemployed because of this coronavirus thing,
People that were
and not knowing
to the coronavirus, because
exactly
unemployment was kind of high before then.
Exactly.
We weren't officially in a recession, but I said we were in a recession way before that. So
it was crazy. And the thing about it is, I think was important to point out is the uncertainty as well.
Correct.
The uncertainty of the future.
Because my
so you
question
can't
is,
say.
all right, let's have an example. Me, you, and Kev work at the same organization, and we're all laid off due to coronavirus. When the economy opens back, will all three of us be rehired?
That's the thing. Like a lot of people, and I saw a lot of criticism with people saying, man, you make a lot of profit, you could do X and you could do Y. But a lot of people are gonna hold on to that profit because they don't know what's gonna happen in the next 6 months or in the next year or so. And this is something that damaged the economy. It could damage the economy to the extent that we could be recovering for the next 10, 15, maybe 20 years. So a lot of people are going to be thinking, you know what, let me be cautious. Well, what are you going to do? I may have made a big profit, but that profit may go stretch for the next 2-3 years or 4 or 5 years. So a lot of people thinking about that.
And the thing is too is fear. So it's like, okay, let's say 2021 is good. I must start fear in my head. Well, what if 2022 another virus breaks out, or 2023?
Yeah.
So let's say 2021 was good. I'm gonna tell myself on normal circumstances, hey, I got some more money coming in, bonuses to the staff. I'm gonna bring on some 2 young guys and give them a chance. I don't want this person coming next year, so no bonuses, and then you risk hiring people. So is that another thing that we have to look at as well?
Yeah, a lot of those things. So I think the government. I think the government. Well, I see that Mia Molly. She is a genuinely caring person. Like she has her flaws, for sure. But she's a
reelected Teague. I mean,
yeah, but she's a caring person. I'm
not denying that, but I think your goal as a politician is to show an image that you care. In reality, do you care? I'm not saying that she does or doesn't, right?
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing her, but I'm just saying that's the outward image you have to portray. So I'm just letting you know that, not saying that she isn't, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but she's you can tell that she is. But with that whole caring sort of personality and that sort of thing comes the fact that they're not grounded in reality. I don't think that some of the policies, some of the things that Mia Motley did was truly grounded in the reality that we may not recover from this coronavirus outbreak as quickly as we would like to recover. So right now she raised welfare. I believe, I ain't 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But she raised a couple of things. She put like 500,000 for unemployment benefits, I think it was. And she tried to help the vulnerable groups, but at the end of the day, like that's money that we don't have. So where is that money gonna come from now? It may have to come in the form of a salary cut for the civil servants, or it may have to come in the form of higher taxes. So in actuality, you haven't really helped
anybody,
the most vulnerable groups. You just did something that looked good, but in actuality, it really helped them.
Because you shift from one group to the next.
Exactly. And the thing about it is that when you shift that burden, if you decide to place more taxes on on the middle class, then the same poor people that's be going to the doctors that are middle class people. The same poor people can be relying on services from people that own small businesses and that sort of thing, the restaurants and all of those different things. So it's to me, the burden still ends up being on the poor people. So you can spend money that you don't have, and then what? These people are gonna suffer for a decent amount of time. So I genuinely don't know how you would help the most vulnerable groups, but I don't necessarily agree with what's being done right now. That's the thing.
What I want to answer another thing. Could we be spared due to the fact that it's a global problem? So let's say the quote unquote debt collectors or who we have debts with, would they be more lenient on us since they say, hey, look, it's not just a Barbadian problem, it's a global problem. Let's take time and let everything catch back itself. Do you think that could be something that could be advantageous to us?
It could be, and that's something that's another thing that you can benefit from in terms of Mia Motley's leadership. She's really good at diplomacy, and that's one of the things you gotta get out there and you gotta beg. That's just. I mean, that's putting it rough, but that's what you gotta put it. You gotta go out there to those international organizations and say, hey, look, I ain't sure when you're gonna be able to get that money, but just give me your ease. See if you can give me your ease. That's all we can do. But that we don't have any leverage.
Any way that we can innovate to help ourselves get the situation?
Innovation is really important here.
And I think that's something that we have been lacking as a country. And I don't like any party stuff, but for the 25 years of my life, I don't think we have been innovative enough. I don't want to say at all, but I don't think we have been innovative enough. And I think it's something that I think this could be used, to break that barrier and say, hey, look, we got to try something new. We can't keep doing the same thing over and over. We can't keep relying on tourism. We can't just keep trying to pack up some sugar cane in a bag and sell. We got to come with something new, some new fresh ideas. We can't just keep taxing people when people clearly have no work and are barely surviving right now. So I think this is the right time to push for innovation. But do you think people like Top, do you think they will allow it to happen? I don't know, it's some crazy Illuminati control thing, but do you think they could relinquish some control and just let things spread naturally, or do you think they're even comfortable with the changes occurring?
You mean the government or the private
sector, stakeholders in general?
I think let me carry this back to when there was a whole debate over whether we should be paying for UE or not. And this is me looking back at it now, because I think at that point it was thinking UE should be paid for by the government. That's it. But when you look at certain places in the US or throughout Europe, well, the US is a better example. A lot of companies invest heavily in students. There are a lot of scholarship. Like if you go in and you put your ears to the ground in the US, you wouldn't have any student debt. But why is that? Because there are so many companies who are investing in these universities, passing money on and paying tuition for students, right? Because they know that person is going to give back to their company. If you get what I mean. So right now, Saul may need an engineer. You telling me that Saul can't say, look, let me provide 10, 15 scholarships for the next 10, 15 students that will be that are looking to do engineering, and they just go off and they do engineering wherever, maybe in Barbados, maybe in Trinidad, wherever, but they get their education and they get employment at the same time. So like if you build a culture of that, it would be easy for somebody to, as an entrepreneur, to decide, let me create this new service and I can invest in students, or I can invest in some young people to bring that, to help me with that innovation, or to help spread that innovation. And then you'll realize the university will say, you're diversifying now, because the university will, I need to offer degrees in this area and that area, and I need to bring in people from this area and that area. But right now, like when the government decides that we just pay for university, people gonna go and do people doing degrees and a lot of people is going to do degrees in management, and then they're struggling to come and find work as opposed to going and have
I
a
got a question with
choice.
this. Why would someone study management if they don't have a dirt path of being a manager? I said that to me. That never made sense to me. You can
Good
do
question.
management,
I don't
and
get
you
it.
never had a job in your life. You
I
can't walk and
don't,
be a manager day one.
I don't get it.
No, that management degree. The problem with the management degree is that you see initially to do the management degree you need a work experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
The management degree would have been offered for individuals who um who were working,
Not only
but a
time.
lot of no, but I mean that was what that's what it was for initially. An individual that was working that didn't get that university education because they didn't have access to that university education. So of course the first degree that they would be doing would be an undergraduate degree. Realize that the requirements are relaxed for persons over 25 years old
Mm-hmm.
at UE. So you go in now and you as an undergrad, you going in as an undergraduate student, basically, and you have that work experience. So without undergraduate degree and the work experience, you can move into a managerial role.
Mm.
But a lot of people is interested in the management. Management is UE bread and butter.
Yeah,
It is.
bro.
Is UE bread and butter. So everybody and their dog gonna want to go and do management. Some people just do management or going. Well, you guys probably know this. People that's just going because the biggest. So it's easy to apply and get into for social. You could get in. Some people, I see some people get upset in me,
Mm-hmm.
like for social sciences, and that's early.
Mm-hmm.
Other faculties don't respond to you that quickly. So I think it's because of that. A lot because of young people going in and is UE bread and butter. People just going in doing management, and the problem is that without any work experience, you just get an entry level job at best with a degree. That's all you get in. You just getting in. You getting in on the ground floor with an undergraduate degree. No work experience and a master's and that sort of thing. You'll move on to the next level. So that I think that's the problem. You really gotta start diversifying outside of that. And it could be pushed by the private sector. To me, the government don't need to fund you entirely like how it's doing now. When there's so many scholarships, we just too dependent on the government for everything.
Mm-hmm. All
Mm.
right. So quick things from the live chat. Mr. Fatherport, thank you for coming through, sir. He said management is a fallback degree. Yes, I 100% agree. It's just a degree to get to UE. It is, you know how in America people do a liberal arts degree just to say they got a degree?
Mm-hmm.
Madrid is Barbara's liberal arts degree. And thank you, Mr. Salim. He said theft will increase due to people living paycheck to paycheck. It's something that I agree 100% upon. Yeah, but I don't know. We can fix the situation, boys, but I can see things getting really bad.
Yeah.
Mm.
The thing about it too is that after this whole thing is over, like a lot of people who been laid off and stuff,
Mhm.
they're gonna be really angry. They, got a lot of resentment towards the employers and stuff. A lot of people
They feel getting
learning new
heard.
skills and things like that. So after this, after we eventually do come out of this,
Mhm.
a lot of people going to be entrepreneurs and got working from home and got small businesses and stuff. So that give
Yeah,
me
a
I
lot
another.
of
understand what you're
people.
trying to say, but if you
Hmm.
don't have capital to start a business, right?
Yeah, that's true too. Some people don't. A lot of people don't.
Like
I
problem.
mean, the few people that do,
Mhm.
a lot of people, ain't really when they come out of this and telling stuff, they don't really want to work for people no more, and
Honestly, I feel like it'd be
but
more a case of you just not getting back a job.
which is
Because
that's just
think about it.
wrong.
If you're currently laid off right now, and I don't
Mhm.
like you, Kev, we
Mhm.
can just not bring you back. If this didn't happen, I might
Mhm.
have different grounds to fire you because I don't like you. But I
Mm.
can say, you know
That's
what?
wrong.
I just don't want to
Yeah, it take you a while. You just be saying no playing computer too low. And you just be playing your phone 24/7. I take you.
I
That's wrong,
too much
bro.
times or whatever nonsense they want to say it.
Mhm.
And plus, you can't simply say that it's discrimination because I could simply say, hey, due to the economy, I don't think we can't afford to pay you. I would probably for our business to have additional staff, and you're a surplus requirement.
I guess too, right? I guess I can say it in terms of becoming, but I seen it from where I work. Where I work, the financial institution, how they do it is they give people 6 week breaks. So like last year, um, they would send home a few people for 6 weeks, but NAS checks or whatever. They called them back 6 weeks to start back working. When if that was me, I probably would tell them not coming back, but
Yeah.
that's how they do it. But I don't know if they would do it. I don't know if that would be the case this time around. Persons may not come back, but you have to wait and see. So,
Yeah, boy, there's some real funny things. That's all you can say.
Mr. Salim again, he said they wouldn't
That's
have
all
enough
you can
capital to
say.
hire back staff. I mean, that's a reality.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna be struggling coming out. A lot of people, and it's sad. It's sad. Some businesses may have to close down indefinitely, and that's a sad thing. Some places, and the thing about it is that we may be on lockdown for not lockdown, but we may have to engage in these rules
yeah.
for the next 2 years.
Question though, man, how much people were paid out though? Some people got checks of like $1,500. That's a
That way,
massive.
I want to ask. I didn't know about receiving any checks, so that way asking who received checks and what was the amount.
I mean,
Yeah,
NAS
that's
claiming they paid
something.
out a couple million so far. That was the claim.
But I thought that was just unemployment, not just like a stimulus check.
Unemployment.
No, but I talking about stimulus check. You know, the America got a stimulus check.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, I don't think we get any stimulus check.
No, we didn't.
that's what I was querying. I don't think we get any.
No.
I don't think we get anything. So I think there was something that was supposed to be in the works.
So, wow.
But I ain't sure.
These unemployment. Wow. Okay. That's rough though.
Yeah, it's rough.
I don't know how people can survive on that.
All right.
Like,
One last thing
on
before we move on
benefit.
quickly. Thank you for the report. He said this is the ideal time for companies to cut people that they don't want.
Yeah, that's true, boy.
It's
My
true.
thing is,
It's
with
very
companies, before we move on to the next topic, do you think companies will bring in more automation and robotics? No, in the claim of reducing the spread of the virus, and in that case, reduce the amount of staff that they need.
true. Why the hell not?
True.
I feel like
That's something.
perfect time.
Because you ever saw that robot that first thing that makes drink a bartender drinks in? I think it's the MGM Grand. And I think it's this fast food joint that actually have a robot that flips burgers and fried chips. So, and I mean,
Yeah.
I was giddy when I went to America and used the that McDonald's touchscreen thing. They have to talk to a person. At first, I thought this was cool. I tell myself, well, somebody's gonna be out of work very soon. So,
it's something that is happening though, and in the US it's happening because in the US there's the whole argument of a minimum wage, increasing the minimum wage to a livable wage. But you see, the problem is that it's getting to the point where you say, well, if I gotta pay Susan $15 an hour, and they can replace Susan with a machine that just needs to be repaired every year or so, or replaced every 5 or 6 years, is going to be cheaper than paying Susan $15 an hour. So I can get a machine. So that's probably why you don't see. That's why you don't go into McDonald's and get an order with somebody anymore, because it's just simpler. And the thing about it is that some of the same people that are arguing for this livable wage don't want to pay higher money at McDonald's. McDonald's got the dollar menu. Do you want it to be a $5 menu to support Susan's wages? No. You just want the man to pay more, but you don't want to pay more yourself. So that's just how it goes. So
but
automation is a serious issue.
I like that. Asking for more money, isn't a lot of that staff?
Yeah. In the US, there are unions out there that lobby government for those policies to be put in place to suit them. Let's use their collective bargaining, but it doesn't benefit anybody because when it comes to the whole minimum wage thing, I think that there's a reason why there's so many people at the bottom struggling, and I think that the reason for that is the lack of opportunity to move up the ladder. So they're stuck at the bottom.
So you are more invested in the system of where, okay, minimum wage is still $8 an hour, but T has the ability to move up. He may not be move up in McDonald's, but T can live McDonald's and go to, I don't know, work at a car dealership. They can move into a bank, can move into a real estate firm, and that trajectory is right. So that's, you believe more in the investment of self, or the ability to move rather than just increasing minimum wage.
Yeah, because when you just increase the minimum wage, so people are gonna say, you know what, it's cheaper to hire somebody else. It's cheaper to replace this person with a machine, and that's what we see happening in the US.
And another question is, right? Let's say it's $7 to flip burgers, right? I just heard a random bloke off the street, right? To use the English term. If it's $15, I'm gonna get it. Might just finish university a chance. So then we see a guy that was getting $7 an hour will be getting $0.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes you have to cut down. Yeah, you have to cut down on your staff. You gotta say, well, I could afford the $15 I gotta pay. The $15 that I was paying for two people. The $14 I was paying two people. I gotta pay $15 to one man. And as a small business owner as well, you're gonna have to cut down because you're not gonna be able to. Because you still got to maintain some sort of profit.
Right.
So people are going to have to cut. And that's what happens out there. So you raise your minimum wage and then you lead to this mass amount of unemployment. Because people they either can't afford to or they just don't want to because they want to maintain those profit margins to keep the business running. That's how it goes most of the time. It's a sad reality. But I think that if we focus on just giving the individual the opportunity to do better for themselves. Because a lot of these jobs are low-skill jobs. And if you're in a low-skill job, chances are because you want to. I don't think I ever see somebody aspire to be a fry cook. Unless it's SpongeBob or something. So. But like, I never see somebody aspire to say, oh man, I want to go and work in the kitchen at Chefette. Now that's the job that you get because you ain't get enough CXCs or whatever. But if you have the opportunity to go and get more CXCs and better yourself, you ain't gonna be stuck around at that job at the bottom for long. That's just how you see it.
All right. We're moving right along.
Yeah.
Now that was a great conversation, was there? Kim Jong Un is back. My boy was spotted. There he is. I look a little chubby though, but hey, when he was having a good time over here. Not just seeing the people annoying him.
The Dark Knight returns.
Yeah, the Dark Knight returns. My boy returned. He was spotted at opening up I think it was a nuclear plant. So my question is, where did these rumors come from? Do you think Kim was just taking a break? Do you think Kim was just trying to show off the United States and South Korea, or you think there was another motive behind this? Or is this Kim's body double?
I don't know, I know. I know when it comes to Kim Jong Un, you genuinely don't know.
Can't be too sure, boy.
Can't be too sure, boy. Kim Jong Un is one of them men that's and say, oh man, let me go and ride my pet monkey to the supermarket. He's one of them. He's one of them weird men. That's how you see it. You don't know what on his mind. But I remember passing it's a book that I wanted to read, but he couldn't pirate the book. So I read it.
Sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. And eventually gonna buy it, but it was about Kim Jong Un. How he manages to keep control over North Korea, and how he manages and the politics that he plays. Like for example, like the people in North Korea starving. We all know that they're starving, but they're starving for a reason. If if this like he has a reason for them starving. Like if you belly full, you can't start a revolution.
Mm-hmm.
If you belly ain't full, sorry. If you belly full, you ain't thinking about where you gonna eat, where you gonna get my next meal from.
Mm-hmm.
If you eating a lot of them people that start revolutions, I think was eating good. That's
Are they though?
that's of it.
Are there?
What's up?
Because if
What do
if
you
you're
mean?
belly full, right, and you quote unquote living good, and you believe you have a good standard of life, even if you're upset, would you have a revolution?
No, but let me think about it. Like right now, most of we got a good life, right?
If you ask what Beijing is probably the worst person on earth to live, but go ahead.
But
That is
out of
true.
the three of we that here on this podcast, we say that we got a fairly decent life. You don't realize that we just be complaining about things that other people will usually complain about.
Like slow Wi-Fi. It's true. It's true.
We just complain about slow Wi-Fi, but to a man that ain't got Wi-Fi.
We living good. We living good.
We live exactly.
But
He
on
ain't
the
even
3
care
years
about
old,
Wi-Fi.
but he ain't got a cell phone.
He ain't got a cell phone, so that is the things that you studying. So the thing about it is that now you belly full, you can start questioning the authority. The same way that going on. If the people in America were starving, you think that they would be obsessed with Trump? They would be obsessed about food.
But no, but let's look at it. Just look at it, right? I don't think it differently. I might be upset with Trump right now, but I still got my nice big flat screen TV. I got my PS5 pre-ordered, and I got a big steak in my fridge. If I live in America now, I'm hungry, and I try living good. I could well tell you, and my man come, let me check out this man, and I try and live better.
You know that's true too.
So
but I know
that always is a weird thing. You gotta look at it from both angles. Because
yeah,
to me, I
you
think people in North
definitely have
Korea,
to.
like, do they think that they have a bad standard of life? And do we have an accurate
In North Korea,
Do we have an accurate portrayal of life in North Korea?
that's the thing. North Korea is so hush hush.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever gets out of North Korea is what they want you to.
Correct.
What they want you to know.
Mm-hmm. And plus,
So
two, it's like, and this is
it's
the example I
tough.
always use, right? Like in Venezuela, right? Listen, United States, we're going to show you a village in Venezuela where people are poor, they can't live to eat. There could be a village across the street where people in Venezuela living good. But would they show that village? Probably not, because they have, I don't want to say agenda, but they have an ideal that they want to portray. We don't know how average North Korean
Yeah,
lives.
that is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they may be living good. So yeah, you got a good point there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's until we have a firm understanding of what is Korea, you can't really judge.
Kev, we think about our boy returning. Kev there?
Kev Bretto,
Hey guys, yeah,
but you drop sleep.
yeah, man. It actually was. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. We may talking about
this guy. We talk
We still talk about Kim Jong Un.
Kim Jong Un.
Kim.
Oh,
Yep, my man Kim is back.
yeah, buddy. Right. What was the question?
Wait, man, this man gonna sleep. Yeah,
Bro,
we were asking
but
if all right,
I can't sit there for like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes.
and the most interesting topic you fall asleep on Kim, our supreme leader. Anyway, right?
Uh-huh.
Now we were asking, right? People say that North Korea is not a good place to live, but I was asking, to the average North Korean, do they think so?
Nah. Obviously, though, they got that kind of image, like like they're above everybody else. Like,
I mean, to be fair, Kim told her that they went to work up, so
like very seclusive. Like, so obviously they see their country as being above all. So I know the answer would definitely be no. Yeah. Yeah, was your take on it, Teak? Or you answered already?
he answered already.
We talk about it.
Oh damn!
I got fun. I think next topic will interest Mr. Carter a lot more, right? So
Not that interesting, man.
Yeah,
Bro.
boy.
I know
Did a
you.
lot this morning.
Not only
Had
that,
a
Kim
long
Jong
day,
Un got
boy.
nuclear weapons, boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mom got nuclear weapons, so we need to shift off this conversation just in case he listening. Cause let's say here, no, you say, man, I don't like Kim Jong Un that much, and then you hear old Kim Jong Un issues, nuclear threat to Barbados.
So it's orders.
All right. Our next topic. We can talk one more with this guy first.
Which guy is
6ix9ine is back, the king of
Shit.
New York.
Yes, boy. My man said, I'm back. Ha ha.
Sound like Natalie.
2 million views on a live stream.
Wait, huh?
2 million views on an Instagram live stream, breaking the record.
Oh. Whoa.
Now, I was asking, I told people this. I had a good friend. A good friend of mine was saying, why is it this man taking a dirt nap? And I told him, this is not 1996. Times have changed. Plus, he might be a rat, but his situation, I very ratted his group out. It was different. He was facing like 40 years in jail, I believe.
Yeah, he rap.
Oh.
Yeah, and plus too, it was rumors saying that the guys are smashing his girl. They kidnap him. They kidnap his mother. They want to kidnap his mother. That they have plot to kill him. So, can we blame 6ix9ine for snitching?
Man, look, I think this whole snitching culture just it don't help nobody. Tell you the truth. It don't really help nobody, like especially black community. Some boy get shoot. Hey, remember Boone? Y'all watch Boondocks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boondocks was criticizing that black culture, and they talk about a fella that gets shoot at a basketball game, and he gets shoot, and everybody said that they didn't know what happened. Like nobody don't want to snitch, but the thing about it is that the thing about it with this snitching thing is always about solidarity and having your brother back. But it's like, where was that solidarity where you were shooting at man? If you get what I mean, like there ain't a solidarity then, so why should there be? So it's such a culture where people say, man, I snitch on somebody, but you ain't snitching on a man, all right? I ain't snitching on my friend Rufus. We getting down together. I snitched by Rufus, and I ain't in jail. And Rufus going to interfere with my woman. Like, they ain't no real loyalty. So it's a thing about loyalty, but they ain't a real loyalty. So as far as check for yourself here.
Thank you, Mr. Salem. He said, snitching is only bad when it doesn't apply to you. I agree 100%. Because it's a much shot. Our mom, our sister, our brother, our father, we want people to talk and tell what went down.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
It's true. And plus, too, like, I don't see what 6ix9ine do was so bad. Like, these men had no loyalty to you. First thing first, he was an idiot for joining Trailway. Right? Let's keep it a buck. But the fact he got caught in the situation, they were stealing his money, they had sex with this girl, they're trying to kidnap his mom. Like, why you have loyalty to these dudes?
Exactly. I don't understand why. Like, they had a loyalty to him. So.
No,
like,
no, I think he's a trash rapper, but I mean, I can't blame the man for doing a little snitching. You know what I mean?
As far as they concerned, like, my man had to look out for himself, and I don't blame him.
Anybody could do it in that situation, though.
Because I always say this, right? If you had a face 4 years in prison, I know all the women ain't talking.
Everybody would do it.
Talking.
Everybody would snitch. Everybody would snitch.
Snitching.
All right, then.
You feel they want Long Doggy Virgil to come for me?
Oh, God.
Who? Oh, Lord. I forget what that is.
Long Doggy Virgil.
The only time you know snitching this word is if you're in a gang and you know everyone, right, is not going to talk.
Yes.
And it's not going to happen. So I always say this: if you commit a crime, do it with yourself. Whoa, shit! I shouldn't say that. But guys, please don't commit crime at all. And if you do, you're probably going to be sorted upon. So just don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself involved. That's what you see. Well, people is getting themselves involved with foolish people, and then there's people that be coming after him. But people may come and kill him though. That's the thing.
Now he ain't getting killed. Mr. Salim again, thank you, sir. He said he and Cardi B is sing some of the same trash songs. Facts.
Man.
Mega facts.
Get
Cardi off the ear.
Man.
Get Cardi off the ear.
Trash too.
Thank you, Kev.
But what about tolerate Cardi B a little more than 6ix9ine? But both of them is saying crap though.
No, 6ix9ine's a clown. I know he's a clown. Cardi B actually thinks he's hot. So I'll take 6ix9ine. He knows he's a joke.
But I don't get the hype about Cardi B though.
Me neither.
I like one. I
don't dance. I make my news. I like really.
Oh my god! I mean, even Nicki Minaj will not tolerate Nicki Minaj and Cardi B.
Like, I can't tolerate Nicki. I could tolerate Cardi B over Nicki Minaj.
Nah.
I can't stand Nicki Minaj.
Nah.
Nicki
Hold on. If Nicki just rap, she could work. Don't do that, bro.
Right,
just rap.
All Nicki.
Nicki, you're not a pop star. Left out to Beyonce and Rihanna. That's their lane. Nicki just rap.
Nicki actually got a good voice, you know.
Correct.
She's good at rapping.
Good, right?
Yeah, I think she's falling off though.
Come on, she's like 30.
Yeah, that way say the all Nicki.
She's like 37 she's like 36. Come on, we don't want family boy now. What was Nicki Minaj?
She fall off. Yeah.
No, Nicki falling off in terms of popularity. Because you got
Nicki's 37 years old.
Stallion and
she's 30. Come on, she's 30. She's almost 40, big man. I mean, yeah,
I know she was that old, man. I know she was 40. She approaching 40.
She's 30. She's 37. I mean,
no, but that old we got people in the game that still that rapping at 40 and that sort of thing. I just think that she ain't as relevant.
Like who? T?
Name a few rappers that's over 40 are popular.
Wait, how old Remy Ma is?
Remember how one hit after I'm not done off. But let me check.
He gotta be 40s though.
Remy Ma's a woman card. I don't know what you're talking about. She's
Remy Ma's 39.
Who are you talking about?
Remy Ma. She's 30. She's 39.
39.
Oh.
Yeah, she's 39, but I mean she's still kind of relevant. Yeah, Nicki Minaj is 37.
Yeah.
I know she was that old.
Yeah, but Nicki was there for a long time too. So I mean.
Yeah, Cardi B is only 27.
Yeah, she young.
She got it ready.
That's because we can say so much trash, because you know.
Mr. Salim again, he said Cardi B has not only popular because of social media, not talent. True.
Well,
true.
Point. Salim on point for sure.
Yeah. Because
that's a good point.
If they're right, if it was 2003, 6ix9ine and Cardi B would be nowhere. Wait, 2003.
They'd be Brett. Big man, they'd be on the streets.
Maybe they'd be more talented if it was 2003, but hey, you never know.
They're not gonna work at McDonald's. Hey, truth. They really can't. They can't sing.
I mean,
if you being real,
so. Go ahead, T.
But if you being real, like Cardi B was just a Instagram thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that's where she start, and then all of a sudden that she dropped that rap song. I can't remember what it name, man.
Well, I know what you mean. I can't remember.
I can't remember the first song that she dropped.
I know what you mean,
after that, I didn't even listen to the song, and it was like, well, she started a rap career. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
No, she ever so relevant, but she annoying though. She real annoying.
Yeah.
Especially when she talk about politics. She's annoying.
She voice is so annoying. Like she. But that how Nicki Minaj started too. Nicki Minaj wasn't a stripper at some.
Nicki Minaj? I don't think so.
No, Cardi B was a stripper. I don't think Nicki Minaj was.
Cardi B was a stripper. Nicki Minaj was.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj was always rapping. That's how she started her career. She was always rapping. Yeah.
Put a spread on that Trini gal. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
Nicki Minaj over Caribbean any day. Anyway, right?
Sure.
So, any final thoughts on 6ix9ine and his new return? You think his new song blew up? I can't wait. Yeah, gobble some foolish thing.
Trash. That song is trash.
I ain't gonna lie, boy.
It could have catch you though. I gotta tell you, it could have catch you though. It's trash. It could have catch you.
I like it bad. I like it bad.
Big man.
Especially when
he sings that crap, but he still let his songs for some reason they don't know.
Exactly. Like
he's got that sort of like. He's saying a lot of crap, but he's still let you music. It's so weird.
So what do you? Our boy in the comments said, Cardi B voice me at my dog.
Yo, that's selling, right?
Yes, it
I
is.
know that's selling. No.
It's a bit out of pocket.
Man, nah, God, she's so annoying, B.
She is.
It's a
Oh
bit
my
out of
God.
pocket, boy. I don't like Cardi. A lot of people don't like Cardi B.
She got a lot of fans though. A lot of these young girls love Cardi B, but hey.
Yeah. I don't like Cardi B. I don't like
It's sad.
I ain't gonna like.
You don't like
If you don't like city girls,
I don't know who them. I don't know that Bricks are.
I hear about them, but I never really looking. I never really listen to them.
go listen to Actor. Them sounds so ratchet.
It's
Look,
the worst than Mamba Boy.
who?
Tony Montana. Future.
He annoying. He annoying because he is mumble, right? Them annoying because they're so ratchet.
Because me and Matt had a discussion. He got Future hard because Future got hits. Actually, Future only sound good because you in a club with a Hennessy and a good sound system. Future is trash, dog.
Future overrated. He overrated.
Yeah.
To me, I can't name one song he met better. I can name songs he ruined.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't hear on them. But
I just can't stand Future. I just think he just brings home mumble rap era.
yeah, but like I don't know, man. I like the suggestion that Joey Badass mentioned, where he said like I guess because rap evolving, he was saying, you know what? Let me just put these things into genres. We got the mumble rap, and we got the more conscious rap and that sort of thing. You separate them from each other, so that them ain't gonna stay in the same lane. Because you can't hold all these rappers on the same level. Because these men don't know nothing about the Jay-Z, nor know nothing about the Nas, nor so.
Yeah.
They know nothing about the Biggie, and they ain't got no respect for them. So you gotta put them in a different genre.
True, that F Tupac. Who's that joker?
That do it?
That's a F Tupac.
That probably got below Uzi Vert, you know.
No, it wasn't the Uzi. It was somebody.
Not Uzi Vert.
It was like Yachty or somebody.
It got below Yachty.
Yeah, cool as
Yachty.
Minnesota and all kind of nonsense. A lot of not. All right, Salim Hussein again. Thank you. He said, Tory Lanez is the worst. Nah, that did something good. That fat man was kind of funny though. If you listen to that one,
that's got worse than Tory Lanez, man. Come on, Salim.
I like Tory Lanez though. I don't like
Tory
Lanez
Lanez too. He my hard B.
I don't see hard, but he ain't the worst. He far from the worst.
He from Barbados, right?
No, he far from Barbados or something.
That's like
yeah, he grandfather is Gary Sobers apparently.
Man,
you know, I think from Barbados, Joey Badass. I think he father from Barbados, Canada.
He from St. Lucia.
No, he got friend from Barbados. Are he mother?
You asking if he has friends?
Joey Badass. I think he got friend from Barbados or something. Are he father or mother?
I know about friends. I know that he has. I know he from St. Lucia.
Hold on, I'll figure it out. Hold on.
I know he has connections to St. Lucia.
I got Caribbean immigrants. Hold on.
He actually went to St. Lucia to meet his grandfather a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And he recorded the music video out there. My youth.
Oh, he father from somebody from Barbados. Then I thought it was and he did. Somebody said got friend from Barbados. I was surprised. I was like, oh, okay.
I know Grandmaster Flash from Barbados.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I was like, yeah, he is. I was like,
really?
Yeah. Maybe you should go overseas and get a career. All right. Moving on, Mr. Davis, sir. I brought this topic for you.
We could as well.
Are social justice warriors ruining politics and entertainment? I mean,
that's the topic. That's the topic for me, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you can hold on, as the chat can see, hold on, I'll put it into for the guys to see. Is the new Warriors comic with Snowflakes and Backpack Girl and all this nonsense? Hold on. Pow! These are new superheroes. And yes, Kev, the one in pink is the boy and the one in blue is the girl.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Mr. Teague, the floor is yours, sir.
I don't really have a problem with their creating new characters. I create your own thing, create your own art, push whatever agenda you want to through your own art. But if somebody don't like it, they're not racist, they ain't sexist, they ain't homophobic, they just don't like it. And that's what it is. But stop taking out other people's art and trying to change it for your own. That's what it should. Star Wars doesn't need to be like the last Star. No, I didn't watch the last Star Wars. The one with Luke Skywalker. I can't remember his name. Rise of Luke. The movie was so much trash. I can't remember what his name.
Honestly, right? I don't like Star Wars. I just think as a concept, I find it kind of goofy. Like how men is space fighting with swords. I just can't get into that. But I tried watching the one. It be episode 8. What the black man name?
I don't even know nothing.
What the black man name? T?
I can't remember who he named. He was such a. I can't remember. Let me see if I can Google it here. No.
Oh, yes, sir. Mr. Hussein, the fat girl runs very fast and she has a backpack. Some stupid. I can't remember.
Which one is? You said the one in pink is the boy?
Yes, he's a spacer or something.
And blue is a girl.
Yes, and that's snowflake or something.
Whoa.
This is a disgrace.
I can't remember. He plays that's the black fella that plays a stormtrooper. Right. I can't remember the stormtrooper name.
But I think he named Finn or something like that.
He probably named Finn, you know.
Let me check. What is he this good, right?
He named Finn.
Like a bumbling idiot. And he I like, yo, this is a disgrace to black people. This cut off him. It was a pirate link, right? I mean, I hiding myself tonight. I got did. I wasn't paying for this, and I didn't deserve to pay for this. Like, it's a bad, right? This was a pirate link, and Disney and Lucasfilm should pay me money for watching the black man like an idiot, right? In this film. I was just like, this movie is trash.
It's trash. It's trash for real. So it's so much trash, and the thing about it is that anybody who commented and was frustrated about it, they tried to dismiss them as racist. Well, and the thing about it is that all you doing is you insulting the fan base. You telling the fan base that you can't criticize me. You don't have enough intelligence to criticize me. You are just a dumb racist or sexist individual, and nobody should have to feel like that for being frustrated about something or a path that you took that they didn't like. That's why you see it. But of course, people that speak with the money, because that happened with I don't know if you guys know about Battlefield 5.
Yeah. Familiar about Battlefield 5. Like, to be fair, when was World War II wasn't interested, so the girl with the club hand, I think was that just salt on the wound.
That people say that they didn't buy it.
I mean, they didn't buy it.
They didn't buy it, but the reason why they didn't buy it was because, of course, one of the biggest things with these games is historical accuracy. Mm-hmm. And these people are saying, well, you know what? It's not accurate. So because it's not accurate, I really want to play the game. Or you need to make changes to make it accurate. And the people were saying, oh man, you ain't smart enough. You stupid. You are not educated. And all of that. People with legit history degrees and in the game. And hearing about the story saying, yo, fam, this ain't accurate. They hadn't all of these women involved in the war. So people say, you know what, I ain't buying the game. Period. And it was so bad that the game, I think the game got a 50% discount.
I mean,
after launch.
I mean, they finished with support and the game period, so.
Yeah.
50%.
Yeah.
You get half off.
Salam in chat said, what? A girl they're using the same Disney logic. There's a hot woman?
We see Hulk.
There's a woman Hulk?
There's a She-Hulk movie. In this next phase.
We mean She-Hulk. That's the actual thing, or they saying that no?
I think Marvel got Phase 4, right?
Yeah,
It's Phase
I
4.
know. I mean, I the veteran had when it got Blade anyways. Blade and Wesley Snipes again, so I wasn't really interested.
She-Hulk in Phase. I hear googling it to see if She-Hulk in Phase 4.
So She-Hulk is a blue
Yeah,
woman, has her bikini.
is a legitimate movie. I don't know. I don't know. The thing about it is that Marvel has a lot of characters that are politically correct. You just put it that way, so they got a lot of room to play around with. It's not that they're bad. Like I don't mind them being like a Black Spider-Man. I think that is a decent story.
But I was following
So
a guy that I listened to, a Nigerian guy, shout to Half Hope. He was saying that he doesn't like the idea of a Black Spider-Man. Like he would more prefer an original character, like not related to Spider-Man, just a whole new character altogether.
a whole new thing.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that there should be more original Black characters instead of making Spider-Man Black or Magneto or Batman? Or do you think that? Or another question should be asked: should Black people create because Marvel is one company? Do you think there should be like I don't know somebody make their own studio and try to push it?
They can. Do you think about it? Well, I don't particularly agree for Spider-Man in particular.
Like he's wear a mask.
Because Spider-Man, like that movie was Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. I think the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many different versions of Spider-Man that you can play around with it. It doesn't matter. There's tons and tons of wiggle room to play around with Spider-Man. So you could create any sort of Spider-Man you want to. So I don't mind. I don't mind doing that with Spider-Man. I mind when you take a character that was established as X and you decide that you're gonna make that character a woman instead of being a man.
All right, so you don't mind the idea of Miles Morales working Peter Parker and then he does his own thing. But you got the idea of making instead of Peter Parker is Patricia Parker.
Exactly. That's why you have a problem with. But with Spider-Man, there's wiggle room for that. Like say for example, a character like Magneto, you decided that Magneto is to be a woman. To me that's craziness. Like there's so many other ways that you can have a powerful woman in a Marvel film. You don't need to hijack a role from a man and shoehorn a woman into it.
But to be fair, I mean we had we had this character, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And that was not received very well. By a lot of people. I mean, I think we were trash altogether, but
yeah, it was.
I don't watch it yet.
I don't watch another movie. Like this movie so boring.
That's crazy. I think that was another case of them insulting the fans again.
But Captain Marvel was a man. Like
originally,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so, but I don't think. I think that's another one of those characters that you can have it as people not be frustrated by it. I think it's some of the other artistic choices that they make frustrated people, but they don't care. Their thing is like I can change up you film or you story or whatever to include whatever I feel like so that it could be diverse enough to satisfy me, and you gonna go deal with it. And the thing about it is that the people don't watch the films. Like a lot of people that change in their Star Wars and watch that Star Wars. It's only the fans.
Can we have Star Wars is trash?
I like Star Wars, man. Star Wars.
I ain't watched that in a while.
I think Star Wars is so overrated, big man. But if you like it, man. I can't kill you for that.
Anakin Skywalker, man. I'm growing up watch that shit.
To me, only my Star Wars I like is Darth Vader, honestly, but
fall off. Oh, you like the villain?
He's only
man. He decent. He
in it Obi-Wan Kenobi. You were gonna stupid in that for man, but
nah, Star Wars is mostly for fun, man. It's fun. It's not really like as serious as the other shows.
Right. It's a family oriented.
Arthur, you more into
and it's supposed to be simple.
John Wick and stuff like that, yeah, right?
More serious stuff, yeah.
And more serious thing there.
Yeah. All right.
So
Are you seeing a topic, right?
greatest film of all time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Are you seeing a topic? I put into the live chat where Portland removed urinals in public buildings because they say it cannot be used by women.
Mm. Boy.
You see no foolishness.
Is this a case of SJW going too far?
If it was the other way around, you think they would have done it for me?
Oh, you mean like how they got the you think you could disclose your sanitary napkin if to get rid of them? I said that could make and use it. They should be in the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean,
wait.
see how is the case?
195 million? That
Yes,
right?
yes. You know, see that T? That's crazy. You know,
No, it just passed over the figure. You see
I thought it was
195 and then it was.
I thought it was
I
195,000.
thought it's 195. Exactly, 195 million.
Million.
For all Portland public buildings.
Yo.
To me, that's but I kept homeless people instead. Like I just think, you know what I mean.
195 million.
That's such a waste of money, fam. Like, just not to hurt people's feelings. The whole bathroom thing is a complicated thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of understand, especially with the transgender people using the bathrooms and that sort of thing is a real peculiar issue.
But if
to delve into,
if a transgender man just sit down and pretend you're taking a number two.
What?
Because if it's a transgender man, right? But you're not your bird yet. Just you know, pretend you're taking a number two. It don't be vexed that you're a transgender man. Okay, you got you know, you flappy labby that you can't stop and pee. So I mean,
flappy labby.
Yeah, no, go sit down and pretend your belly hurting you.
It's such a. It's like, man. Not only that, to me, it just confusing things and making things difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And especially with these people that is like, oh man, they gender and they as a pot or a code today, so people are just gonna deal with it. If you don't address me as or whatever, I can be angry. It's like no, you need to understand that people can address you based on how they see you, and certain things people can look into. If you in the toilet and you saying open toilet, so you belly hurt, like what thing we're saying, and that's it. You ain't gonna worry about what other people studying you. Don't use a urinal if you don't want to use.
If too much man urine is gonna be bathroom because I don't want too much man looking at me. So
yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah. So, Kev, any opinion on this topic, Kev?
My topic. This topic a bit ridiculous though. No urinals planned for newly redeveloped Portland building. I mean, this is a case of JSW going a bit too far in my opinion though. Like, seriously? Mm-hmm. And the money that being out for it too is like, they're really, really serious about this thing.
Yeah, I got a question, right? I know it's men. One of you, but certain countries, like, ain't got taxes on, like, sanitary napkins and all that stuff like that, but still got on, like, deodorant and stuff. You think that's fair?
Will certain countries not having taxes?
Like how they got VAT? Certain countries, like, remove the tax on, like, sanitary napkins, but still got on soap and and like, deodorant and stuff. And like, to me, I just feel like that don't make sense. Because if you take off VAT, you still ain't saving the money.
Yeah, they just create problems.
People that's got the ideas. That's all I can say.
I just think this sounds so ridiculous. Like, when you want to get reduced on like everything people need, like I can tell you, I say, hey, all the essential products like food, clothing, not Gucci and stuff, but regular clothing, soap, look at this stuff, right? Check out the VAT on it. But wait, only sanitary napkins. Like to me, that's like more of a agenda being pushed rather than you really caring with people. Because if you say we're too poor to afford pads and too poor to buy proper soap and food and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
People think that pods and that sort of thing for women should be free.
So swap should be free too?
Because people got bid.
Correct.
But the thing about it is that men got bid too, right? So because men got bid too, you can't make swap. Men gonna pay for it. The feminists ain't studying the men. We just gonna suffer.
So you think there's a bias in that, sir?
Well, there is a bias, man. I remember doing a study for one of my courses, and they talk about the abuse for males, and they pass across this act called the Violence Against Women Act, right? And it was like this act. If I could have find it back and pull up the specific part, gosh, it could take a while though. So but the act allow for discrimination against men. It's like if a man comes to a shelter, you can deny a man access to that shelter to protect women.
What?
Yeah.
That's
straight up discrimination.
You can't just look at somebody and assume that they're violent
or there's a rapist or whatever. So the thing about it, right, is that looking at the statistics in the US, I think around 2015, the amount of out of all the reported cases, like I think it was for that year specifically, they had more men being abused than women. For that year, it was like 51% of the cases that were reported were men. And at that point, they only had, and this is America, the entirety of America, America big, got enough states, and I think there was only one all-male shelter for abuse victims.
In America?
I think in America, there's about 2 or 3 now. But there's only one at that point. So, like, a lot of these people have an agenda, man. They think that, and the way how they define things and that sort, is so that only women could be a victim of a certain crime. Or only women, like, they talk about the pig tax. Only women have to pay more for razors. As if, yeah, but you have a way to market and get Gillette, big man.
Boy.
You ever look at that Gillette razors? So that Gillette razors would be $30.
You know, there's another one too. When they start talking about how officers be discriminatory against women because it's called for women, because how women wear skirts and men wear pants.
Like, all sorts of craziness, boy.
I was like, wait, women could wear work pants too? So what's the issue?
Yeah, nobody is stopping them.
It's just a wear skirt. They say that the women wear skirt, you don't have to wear it.
Correct.
But I see a lot of women nowadays wearing pants.
Wearing pants, yeah.
Right,
that's true.
This friend of mine, right? He's a joker though. He's working in his office. He can show that it's always be hot because women is hit a cool and he's the hot. I was like, wait, man, well, you got to make a complaint and country that you ain't unsuitable for you working in the environment. But yeah, B, but it was dog all much clothes. I think that ain't to do with you. You supposed to be confident you work in environment. If it's hot, stay hot.
He got turned on the thing because of that.
He got turned up because of them. And he got a long pants and a long sleeve shirt. I said,
Listen to me, right? Listen to me. Don't ever give women the AC remote here. Put it central ear. I know that people can come after me for this, boy, but I remember when I was doing my internship back in 2012 or 2011, I think it was. No, 2012. Man, the place that I was working at, it was a new building and they didn't have a central air. So they were using regular AC units, right? So they put regular AC units throughout the building. And of course, they just take the remote and put it there on the wall. Who tell them do that? Man, every time you step in there, because the place that I work at was the place I work at had just bought over Clico. So they moved them into that big area. And it was you're just in there and people every time I walk in there, because they had an issue because they were recently bought, right? They had a lot of IT issues. And every time I walk in there, sometimes I walk in there like 3 times. Say walk in there 3 times, they had 3 different temperatures. And some boy say, "I hot, I cold, I this, I that." It was so bad, right? I had a fella that was there. Like, he was the only man in that building. Like, not in that building, in that section. That man had his own AC unit. Like, if he didn't get his own AC unit, he probably would be so miserable. I ain't gonna lie. He probably would be so miserable. Cause like every 2 minutes then changing the temperature. But it's like that happen, big man. You gotta go and complain. For sure. But the thing about it is that where he complaining gonna go.
Correct. Must
People gonna want to say that. People gonna want to say that he's sexist known for. Yeah, that's just what it is. You can't win that. You just gotta take your L and move on.
But right, 1950s don't racism. I mean, it'd be good.
He gonna wear a skirt to work.
You would go worse a sharp pants or something there, man. Don't do so bad. Don't let me do so bad.
Who's that one of me?
You see him on us complaining. Yeah, boy. That's crazy though.
Yeah, boy. All right.
Kev,
any fun topics? Any fun thoughts on this topic, Kev?
You mean in terms of the well, I mean, this has been going on for years. I feel like you had this discussion a couple of months back. You know, like women starting to think that they got the upper hand, but you know, we know that they really don't. But we,
Kev, I got some young ladies watch your podcast, so let me get out of water. I'm avid listeners, my cousin, right? So please.
Right, let me move on smartly then. I don't think
I
can't cover that. I don't think
let's stay here, no
let me move on smartly.
The man boycotting the podcast.
Yeah,
I mean, we ever crack 100 viewers per episode? Yeah, we get boycotted.
You saying that you're popular enough to get boycott?
I mean, we get boycott. I mean, we get enough views to get boycott, but we get boycott though. We get negative views this episode or something.
Yeah,
but Kev, finish your point.
You forget.
I feel like not they forget, right? It gets to a point where they feel like they kind of got the upper hand, you know. You know, like you're saying more in the workplace now. You're saying more female managers. You're saying like a lot. Well, for years I always had a lot of female voices and stuff though, but you know, it's still got a lot of male CEOs. Majority of CEOs are usually males though, still in this generation, but you know, you think about it though, like men are mostly the breadwinners though. We're a lot of females in this generation now just looking for men to support them and stuff like that so it's very ironic that women got all these different rights and all these, you know, points of view, you know, like men who out there working and stuff to support these women and things, you know what I mean? Like, so
well, I always find that strange, right? You got women that want more money, right? But then some women make more money.
They do it?
Now, got women want equal pay, right?
Equal pay.
But then still, and want a man that makes them money, and then they want a man to make more money than them to be their partner. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, but the thing about it is that some of these things are just human nature.
Correct.
Sometimes there's some things that are human nature. Like women gravitate into a man that is powerful.
Yeah.
The women can gravitate to men that are more successful, and it ain't even because there's a gold digger or anything like that.
No, that's like, natural.
That's just a natural thing, like for a woman.
For years.
That was in our nature.
Yeah,
that was in our nature from the caveman times.
It's like, again, right? It's like a girl with a nice, soft, little, cute voice, right? You can push her more attractive than a girl with a growly voice. That just nature.
Yo, that woman that KSC in Jamaica, boy, called you She look good on the thing, but she used to talk like if she's Vibes Cartel, man. The boy used to talk with a deep. The boy used to talk with a deep voice. And you can tell. You can tell that. You can tell that it's that she's a woman in a case where she's like no man or she in a transgender or nothing. So you can tell that that's a woman, but she just talking
for real.
Like if she's a bad woman, like sure, boy. Yeah, but still talking like she bad, but still run way many men fighting case.
T look at your bright side. That's even some original child support.
No, I'm glad now.
You're right, yeah.
All right, let's move on again. Let's move on.
Uh-huh.
All right. 5 substitutions per game. FIFA have approved for the short duration of the season that have 5 substitutions per game. They'll be allotted in 3 separate windows. T, what's your thoughts on this, man?
This is a temporary thing. I thought it would have been a permanent thing.
Temporary until probably next season, but it might stand. You know how things are.
Yeah. I like the 5 subs, tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I like the 5 subs because it opens up the game tactically. Because you realize like a lot of people don't really make subs because of like you still gotta take into consideration injuries and that sort of thing. A player may still get a Brett foot tackle and hurt himself. So like it opens up things tactically, especially in this day and age where tactics are being like pushed to the forefront. People thinking about neutralizing games and that sort of thing. And not only that, probably gonna encourage teams to buy more players. And instead of sending players out alone, keeping some of the young players so that you can rotate squad and keep people fresh. So to me, is a good idea. Honestly,
do you think it change transfer policies of like you buying superstars now? A team might vote and say, "Hey, look, this will we get 5 good men and rock out instead of just trying to buy Neymar or something like that."
People might take that gamble.
Impact players off the bench.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna think. Because the impact players for sure. Because a lot of people gonna be like, "Yo, I need to invest in a Neymar that gonna be scoring 25 goals a season. I need to put in that 200 million for that. Maybe I could put in 3 or 4 players that I know for a fact they can be 10 goals for off the bench." So man, it may shake up football if they keep it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your opinion?
For sure.
I honestly think it would make the games a lot more exciting. Like well, obviously with the corona, a lot of players is not going to be match fit, because they're home on the couch. I know that they got their gyms at home and stuff, but a lot of players just home on the couch, not really doing anything. I mean, Lampard was talking about it. He was saying that his players aren't really match fit. So, like, in my opinion, it would really make the games interesting because 5 players is like, that's basically half of the outfield right there alone.
It is half the outfield players.
Literally. So that could, like, change a match, like, just like that.
Change a lot.
I mean, I know it's 5 substitutions, but it's still only three actual substitutions they can make during the match. Like, 2 people have got to come on at once, and then another 2 then 1, right? That's what they're doing.
I don't know if you could do 1-1 then 3. Maybe you could do 1-1 3, but yeah.
Yeah, we could do that too, but the only thing really though is that, I mean, like the big teams against the small teams, like Man City, and then they got more depth and more quality players off the bench than a team like let me see,
Southampton
or Sheffield United. That's the only but it was part of the game because a lot of those teams partly bust against bigger teams. And
yes, boy.
We get that draw, whatever. So it will make it more exciting. If fresh players come on, they gotta defend against these players. That would really make it, up to standard. Yeah.
It's a decent idea. But it's surprised to hear that some of the players ain't match fit because Barcelona started back training recently.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean, not
this week.
yeah, but
Spain was pretty bad. So
yeah, it was particularly Lampard that was he's who was basically making that statement though that his players on the par. I can't speak for all
like
the players.
he made God think. But the thing about it is that a lot of the players, I think that's something that's a bit of Lampard's fault as well.
Mm-hmm.
He will go look and see how he will adapt to the times.
Mm-hmm.
I just following what's going on with Barcelona. But
Mm-hmm.
Barcelona,
They had
like
training.
our coach Kike Setien,
Mm-hmm.
he was having meetings on Zoom with the team.
Oh.
Talking about training,
Mm-hmm.
training off the pitch and that sort of thing. So it was interesting. They did a lot of interviews via Zoom.
Mm. I saw an article say that they had the training session, but they had training session and then they had bracket social distancing. So they were actually social distancing while they were
Yeah,
training, or huh?
yeah, yeah.
Really?
They were social distancing while they were. So they were training together, like running for together. But
But
they
I
were
mean, mm,
they were working on their drills and that sort of thing
I mean
with these 6 feet apart.
that kind of complicates things to me because when they actually get on the field, it can be man to man contact. Like they gotta work as a team. So like,
Yeah,
obviously,
but
I guess it's still everybody just a bit skeptical right now. So I guess when it start to a
when
bit
the
more
restrictions come
comfortable,
down, yeah.
yeah. So yeah.
But it was interesting to see that they were back training
It
because our
was.
match fitness was something that was a serious issue for Barcelona because the men only had one training session,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes only about 1 or 2 training sessions per week under Valverde.
Oh,
Yeah,
Leave Valverde alone.
maybe let's not talk
but
about MT.
yeah, that's true, boy.
And he
Valverde and
was glad.
Tyrese come in.
And he was glad to see the back of him.
Yeah, I want the board going though. That's
Hmm.
the next thing. But 2021, we can
All right,
see.
Ben is a Barca fan. I don't want to get off topic too much, but I gotta put you on the spot. Would you say that Messi has too much say at that club, Barcelona Football Club?
Tell the truth, I think the media pushes a narrative that isn't necessarily true.
Mm.
Like Messi has a bit of sway because he's the best player there and he's
Mm-hmm.
a valuable player. And there's a huge amount of Messi. But at the same time, like this is a board that do whatever it feel like. I don't
Mm.
think Messi had. I genuinely do not think that Messi had a say in most of the players that were brought in. Like most of the players that were brought in were, and the players that they're looking at now.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Ndombele. Ndombele necessarily a Barcelona player.
Mm.
He's a player that this current board want a player that physical, that tough.
Mm.
But we ain't care about the big tough man. We ain't care about the tall man. Nothing. So we
Well,
care about playmakers and
mm.
people that could
I
pass
mean,
the ball.
yeah, Toure was kind of big and tough though.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was
in
big
that
and tough.
Guardiola era, yeah.
But Guardiola like him.
Mm.
Who Guardiola did they like?
Yeah.
My
Guardiola
Guardiola like
players.
Xavier and Iniesta and Messi. That was about
Yeah.
it. And Fabregas.
You mean
I actually saw an interview with him yesterday. The other day, he was saying that he had such a headache trying to pick that team between Xavi, Iniesta, Fabregas, um, Busquets. Yeah, he said he had a headache trying to decide who to start in that era. That he had such great players.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And thing you should get play out of position enough, boy. Fabregas.
Fabregas. Yeah.
all right,
Mm.
enough about that now.
Yeah. I wanted
uh,
to ask you something else about Barcelona, though.
go ahead.
Can't remember exactly
Was
what it was. What was the last thing you said in regards to the question I asked you?
about the board? You mean Messi?
Yeah.
And the
Right.
board, it was talking about the physical
Oh,
players that they want and that
so
sort of thing.
so he had a say in Neymar coming though. I mean, because they used to gel really good together. What about Griezmann? He had any
Um,
say, or you don't know?
the players don't want Griezmann
Mm,
because
mm,
Griezmann snubbed them the first time.
mm. Okay.
Yeah, so they wanted him to come, but he said that he was staying. I guess you could remember he's staying
Yeah,
with Atletico Madrid,
yeah.
but
I
then he
remember
decided to come.
that was the year before he went
That was a year
to
before he went,
Barca.
and he was like, I don't want to go, I staying, I can
Mm,
do my thing Atletico Madrid. But then he ran in. I think
mm,
the people don't like they don't really accept him to training as easily.
mm.
But no, he's a part of the family.
But to me, at first it seemed like Messi and Griezmann had a bit of hostility though.
Yeah, because he do
Mm,
that whole thing when he snubbed him.
mm.
But
Mm,
I think the whole as to the Neymar question, I think yes, Messi wants Neymar there, but I think Neymar is more tied to this board, and I think that the board believes that they could win their election. The president believes that he might be able to win the election if he brings back
mm,
Neymar, but a lot of
okay.
people they want back Neymar, not because of bitter or anything like that, but it's
Mm,
because it's not the Barcelona way to spend
mm.
millions of dollars.
Y'all kind of moved on from Neymar, to be honest. I
Yeah,
mean,
we moved on.
I mean, performance wise, y'all haven't done as well, German Z since he left, but y'all moved on
Yeah,
from Neymar. Everyone said that y'all need him. Like, truth.
Too free and carry Pietri to the Champions League either. So
Hmm?
I see didn't carry Pietri to the Champions League either. So
All right, then.
yeah,
all
Well,
right.
but
yeah.
he could do it alongside Messi. So
We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
All
we will
right.
see.
All right. But VAR be kicked out of the game. It was really
Hmm.
proposed that it's up to the leagues if they want to choose to keep VAR or not. Um, Kev, do you think VAR should be kicked out of the game or should it stay?
I, it is such a tough one. Like football hasn't been the same since VAR was introduced. Like the flow of the games, it's like it's almost a funny thing to say, but it's like it has we having even more wrong calls now being made that the VAR is
Mm,
actually being introduced, which is very ironic. Like I maybe it's like
yeah,
it's
I,
like
I will answer this question. Is it the
mhm.
wrong calls overall or wrong calls in Premier League?
I don't
Because
know like
VAR has
go
been done
ahead.
in Bundesliga and Serie A. I think it has been very well appreciated in those leagues. I
Mhm.
think Premier League every week there's got controversy in Premier League for some reason.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean precisely. That's the first team. That's the first league that came to my mind when you mentioned VAR. Like match officials doubting themselves is like
Because the
it's
Premier League
hard to
got this
explain.
weird thing, right?
Yeah,
Where the referee doesn't go and look at the screen himself. And I don't understand why that was implemented.
They,
it's
they,
really
they
hard
need the
to
ref.
explain. Like what's really going on with VAR? Like,
It's such a slow process though.
mhm.
And that's something that I didn't like. But to tell the truth, I know this can be show one, but I kind of like the controversy in football. I kind of like when some
The drama.
ball for the line, man.
Uh,
I like that drama. I like when somebody kick a ball and it fall over the line and people arguing and telling people about the mother and that sort of thing. That sort of
but
clashing in football, like
to me, it has pros and cons. Like I like it, but at the same time, like as far as there, like, all these decisions should be correct. Like we still seeing a lot of incorrect decisions and stuff being made, which don't really make sense.
So you
yeah,
think it's more a growing pain, or you think the technology isn't good enough? Let me say we keep VAR for the next 3 4 years. You think VAR could be so much
it
faster
probably.
that we will be complaining, fight, you just be like, oh yeah, VAR just part of the game now.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, cause it's still relatively new, and it's still getting accustomed to it. But at the same time, why is it that the most getting wrong decisions in Premier League? Why is it that La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga running smoothly, and people aren't really complaining about
Champions
it
League,
in other leagues? Why is that the
La
case?
Liga got VAR.
yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it did.
yeah. Every league got VAR now.
yeah, everybody got VR,
I
but
Because
I
before
don't
they
think
had
I
it
don't
was
think that.
Bundesliga and then Serie
Yes,
A, then La
but
Liga, and then Premier League this season.
remember, not all leagues is use it.
Right, but
They have
no,
it.
But thing I got, like they got VAR.
They have it, but they don't use it. That's the thing.
I mean, they don't use it.
I never see it. I never see it
And
used.
during
Honestly,
a live match, I never see it. But they actually have the system, but they don't use it. They don't use it.
the only thing I see is goal line technology,
Yeah, they don't use the
which is,
VAR in Spain, but they have it though. This is strange.
You sure they don't use it? Like I remember watching La Liga
Yeah,
last season before, and they had it.
nah. But me and Tigers watch it. We watch like La Liga like every weekend.
When
And
I
I
came,
ain't
watch it
see,
every week. When it could be when it could be half drunk. I swear I was in La Liga last season.
nah,
I
nah,
ain't see it, and I watch. I tell you,
nah.
I really watch matches, but
I can't remember seeing VAR recently in La Liga though.
Honestly, right? The thing is,
exactly.
but even in Serie A, it is be there, but you won't even notice it half the time. Like it just be there.
Yeah,
That could
don't
be
know.
that could be the case thing with La Liga
Because
then.
Champions League got VR too,
That's what he's saying. You know they have it, but you don't really see it.
right?
They use it. Yeah, they use it.
Yeah,
Right. That was
Yeah,
in La Liga for sure. It just the
right.
Premier League just
but
can't get around. I just think this is a Premier League problem because
Hmm.
the
yeah,
British were arrogant. They could just copy the Italians, they copy the Spanish, and just everything worked fine. But you know they had to do it their own way. They got it wrong. Just admit you did it wrong, and let's move on.
All right then.
But you know it is.
but my thing is, are there fourth officials that help with the game as well?
Mm.
And most of the games that we see, like there's analysis from a referee that isn't on the pitch.
Mm.
That's they're actually looking at the screens and that sort of thing.
Mm.
Why can't you just refer a decision to them to speed up the process? I don't think that the referee running running to the halfway line to look on the pitch and then looking at the screen. To me, that places too much pressure on him.
No, but no,
And
in England they don't look at the screen. So that way say right.
the
In Italy, referees go run the corner and look. In La Liga, he goes to the corner and look. Bundesliga, the same thing. Champions League, the same thing. In Prem, the referee just act like an idiot. Listen to what the man say and then just give the action, which is a problem to me because in Serie A, the referee goes, he looks, and he asks for official, all right, this what you see, I see this, but due to the movement of player, I didn't call a decision, and let's move on. In Premier League, it's just that the man is like an idiot in middle pitch style, like some clown. So to me, I think the Premier League had it totally wrong.
yeah, but if something working, to me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what you see it. If it's working in another league, just use it.
My Premier League's a joke as far as I'm concerned, but hey, everybody borrows the Premier League except for me. So
Nah, it's
people
alright.
believe that the Premier League is the best league. I think
I'm
that's the
neutral.
problem.
I'm neutral to be honest. I like to watch all the leagues.
Yeah,
But
I like the Premier League.
in Premier League
Most
it make
exciting.
things most complicated too. Most
honestly,
exciting,
I
but
think the most exciting is Bundesliga, to be honest.
to you,
Yeah,
I mean,
Bundesliga
it's got some really good matches, like some
like
4 matches and 4-3 and things.
Bundesliga football would be crazy to me, big man. Premier League is always just drama to me.
Yeah.
Premier League got the best
The
fans.
quality.
That all it is. Premier League got the best fans. Except for that, to me, I don't really care about Premier League.
I think you think about it too, right? The reason why people love Prime, I got to be using inverted commas too. Because people used to always say for years they had the best top 4, best top 6. You remember in the top 4 used to be like Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United. You remember it used to be
Yeah,
that top 4?
that
I
used to
think
be
that
so for a while.
like Man City wasn't in there a couple of years ago. They only really went in there like
No,
2010.
at the time about it is like you
Tottenham,
knew that Man United gonna win the league every year. And they
Correct.
talk
right?
about, oh my, competitive man,
Competitive, but
And they wait for the 13 leagues. So like, really, come on.
no, and I mean they had seasons where United win the league by over 12 points and stuff. How would you consider that competitive?
Man, look,
Yeah, but
man, look, that's
I
just a
remember
narrative.
saying so for you.
That's just a
The
narrative.
league only get competitive after he left.
All right, then.
And to me,
It's
even
true.
compared to the market, it's the Liverpool and Man City sure. And this year, just the Liverpool
Correct.
sure. So
Correct. I mean, they had a couple of seasons where Liverpool and City, last season Liverpool and City wasn't ahead of like third place by like 20 or 25 points.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how much it was, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically, you know how many always insulting that league say it's two horse league.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Premier League become.
And the irony, the irony probably could be too harsh league.
I know La Liga is be like so open.
If it open, because Real Madrid ain't in the sort of form. Barcelona ain't really in that sort.
A lot of
Anybody can
small
get
teams.
that true, bro.
A lot of small teams beating
It's just
Barca
that,
and Madrid.
yeah.
Yeah.
But my argument was always this. Amanda's always disagree with me when they bring it up. But like teams like teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid are so superior to other teams. They could get in another league and win it.
Man, well.
That's what you see. I mean, not no, but I mean like when it
not in
was a
this
two horse
not in
race.
this current thing.
When it was a two horse race,
I mean,
they know
but
it's
I say
over. Yeah.
time. I see what you're saying, T. A Guardiola Barcelona would do good in almost any league, or probably like a Zidane Madrid, like.
Exactly. The
But
dominating league,
at
even
the
though the
same
team
time,
win
you
three
gotta still
champions.
think about the physicality. In Spain, teams like to play the ball on the ground a lot. In Prime, Spanish teams will struggle though. Like picture Messi playing in Premier League, he would struggle
He'd be fine.
with the physicality and the balls over the top and stuff.
He'd be fine.
No,
He'd
Mega
be
won't
fine.
break
You
for
being
it. They think
ironic,
He'd
that
be
Arthur.
fine. What is this over the Premier League with this physicality nonsense?
You being sarcastic,
It's serious,
Arthur.
big man. But that man be fighting Premier League. Come on, he
He
just
went
run through
score.
everybody and score. Come on, you know that too.
Man, he went score as much goals, Arthur.
I hear
Yeah,
you,
obviously,
man.
he would still do
I
you down,
think
but
I think he will adapt.
You
I think the
adapt.
first season will be hard, but I think he
at
will. I
first,
think he will
yeah, at
adapt.
first he'll be challenging.
The first season or so can be
Nah,
difficult. Cause man, can be over bright. He like
Mm-hmm.
nah, give him 6 months. Give him 6 months, and then
I tell you, the only league I can't see Messi doing good is Serie A. Except for that, I think he could get anywhere else
because
and play good.
the defenders in Syria already.
Exactly. I see where that's
that's
pseudo
it.
football. So I can't. That only league I don't think he would do well in. But any other league he would do well in to me.
Ronaldo don't score much goals these days, boy.
Ronaldo will. But
Yeah,
But Ronaldo getting on in age too.
he's
yeah,
a
he
trader,
like
but he's a
34.
trader, but he's still my man.
He like 34, 35. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Teague, as sportsman, right? We gotta talk about this. How was his Joshua case?
Man, to tell the truth, um, I was here saying no because I miss it.
Mm-hmm.
I miss it. Tell the truth. I wake up late, so I better watch it and I see. Oh man, we gonna present all of this gameplay, and I look at the first game. I look lit. I was like, yo, boy, you wanna play this here? That first game hype.
And
then
it's basically by one man. So you tell yourself, if one man can make this and this graphics so hard, imagine what the other games going to look like.
Exactly, and then the other games don't live up to the expectations. Like that game, Skarn had creeped me out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
So I was creeped out by that first one.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, there was not a lot of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of gameplay. And tell the truth, I wasn't frustrated by it because when I hear Xbox revealing this thing so early, I was like, yo, this kind of early though. And PlayStation ain't saying nothing yet. This kind of early. So I was like, you know what? I wasn't expecting much. It doesn't frustrate me. But there had a lot of people that had their expectations high because Microsoft was really confident and pushing that. Then got some things, but I know this is kind of early, and that's why Sony actually don't want to participate in E3 because E3 is around this time of the year.
Well, it'll be next month.
And yeah, and the thing about E3 is that, and Sony didn't say this, but the thing about E3 is that it really forces you to display games and put dates on games that ain't ready.
True.
So it's better to release a game and build up the hype on your own. But I just think that Microsoft is gonna do well this console, this generation. I think that it may do a little bit better than the PlayStation. But you can't beat PlayStation. They've got a larger fan base for sure.
I said someone needs to got a consoles, right? Nintendo's got a handheld, and Microsoft can't. They got a PC. I just think that that's how it's always going to be.
Yeah, but I do like some of the features that they have. So,
well, we got to talk about this vampire game. What this game looks so awful.
Apparently, nobody was frustrated, but apparently those games
Guys.
don't look good.
But to me, not just the graphics, right, but the animation to me, this is so like janky. It's like
It looked like last gen. It looked like
this is a
early.
PS2 shit. It's like
I wouldn't say PS2. I would say
PS4.
I would say early. I would say early PS4.
nah,
What? Man.
PS3 games have better animation. Uncharted 1 got better animation than this game, dog. Like it's just like what you really watching here, though?
Yeah, but you gotta understand what Uncharted is. The level that Uncharted is.
I don't know, but I just think that animation look terrible.
Yeah, but apparently people they weren't too concerned about it. But this is a generation where it ain't really about making the games look more realistic because the games already do look realistic. It's just a case of just getting. It's just a case of getting high frame rate. That's what people care about now.
Honestly,
high resolution.
I want features though. Like they're my thing, right? I want more frame rate. It's true, but I want to feel next gen. I want a game that I want clearly show that now we can't do this on PS4. Like, cause for me with PS4 to PS3 to PS4, right?
Yeah.
It kind of feel like half these games that get made, you could have met this on the PS3. It just got worse graphics.
Yeah.
So I want games that I want to feel that it would be like, nah, boy, I need a PS5 for this. If you even don't get the graphics, you could get this thing to run. I want new physics. I want better animation. I want more detail in the worlds. That's what I want, man.
I think you're gonna get that, but this is really early on. This is really, really early in this generation. So you're gonna see some stuff that look like last gen.
And plus two, right? PlayStation's still selling, right? So I don't know these men are gonna be in a rush to move over. So 2022, I think 2023 is when you start seeing these stuff. But you don't know. You never know. You never know.
You can start seeing some good. Like I think a lot of the games that Xbox would have showed as well. A lot of these games are Xbox One games.
Yeah, the Xbox One, yeah.
The Xbox One games, there's current gen. A lot of the games that only one of the games is actually only available on next gen.
And that's the medium?
So we ain't seen, I think the game with the
pregnant woman?
Not with pregnant woman, the game with the flying.
Chorus or something like that.
I can't remember what name, but
I tell you, that look fire though. That look hard. That one on Xbox or on PlayStation 5 too.
Most of the games that were displayed there are only on Xbox, except for Assassin's Creed, Madden, obviously. The game that you saw there, the first game.
Yeah, that on PlayStation.
That's gonna be
on PlayStation.
That
can on PlayStation.
That come into PS5?
Yeah, that can on PS5.
I thought it was an Xbox exclusive.
Nah, that come in. What the other game name? The anime game coming. They confirm the anime game coming.
Yeah, Bandai. But probably they're gonna have a little exclusivity.
Yeah,
maybe a little exclusivity deal where they get it first.
Xbox, yeah, maybe a time exclusively Xbox, but yeah, probably come over to PlayStation. I don't think the flying game. I hear no PlayStation for the flying game, and I think the medium is the Xbox exclusive, and I think Scarn. I don't think Scarn on PS5. I could be wrong.
So, no, Scarn is the Xbox exclusive.
Okay.
That's Xbox and PC, and anything that's there is Xbox and PC exclusive.
Yeah.
So it's a decent presentation, but it wasn't the best. They got a lot to make up for.
Yeah, and plus Assassin's Creed had gameplay in the trailer, and there was no gameplay.
Yeah,
trash.
It was just stuff that was rendered in the engine.
Yeah,
which looks cool and all, but
we want gameplay, man. That's what we want.
Well, people want gameplay, man.
Yeah, Tiki boy, I'll show you, man.
Cool.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Owls. You see owls in the wild.
You know that man. That man's the master of stealth.
It's true.
Always hiding.
Yeah. So Tiki, you're a man that more familiar with Xbox. So we think Xbox need to do to at least do well in America. I know to do well in Europe and Japan and Barbados is almost nigh on impossible, but we think they need to do to at least if not win America, but at least very close to Sony in America. What do you think they need to do?
I think what they're doing right now is good enough. They're getting the jump on. They're getting the jump. That's how they beat Sony with the PS3 in those early stages. They got the jump on Sony, even though like the jump led to the Red Ring of Death. They got the jump, and they have the jump with this console. Sony hasn't released. You don't know what their console look like.
Just a controller.
Just the controller. You don't know what games are coming out for it. You don't know.
But that way thing is right. That way thing like Xbox the way they drip feed, right? My thing is, what if somebody come in June, right, and just give you a mega blow? People can remember more the mega blow than the drip feed.
Yeah.
So I think to me it's too early to call. Like part of me feeling like Sony worried. I probably like this cocky Sony again because there's two PlayStations, right? There's quiet trying to be smart Sony, and then there's cocky Sony, right? We gotta see which one gonna turn out.
I think this is cocky Sony.
Sony cocky. I mean, with Sony cocky boy, oh my god! But then it lead to the downfall, so we gotta see what happens.
We gotta see. Yeah. Tell the truth when it comes to the whole Sony thing this generation. I just feel that they may hold a massive L because Xbox is a more powerful console. That's one, and two, like it's gonna be easier to access most of your games.
But
unless they bring a model to compete with her,
it's true that Xbox is gonna bring a smaller system, the S or the Lockhart or something.
Yeah, the thing about it is that the Lockhart was confirmed in like the earlier stages, but since then I didn't hear any speaking. I didn't hear them speak about it.
Because this my thing is right. Yes, Xbox is most powerful, right? But this would be for argument's sake, it's $600, right? And Sony is $450. Forget that. You know, Sony selling at $450.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, to me, it's too early to call. We gotta see the games, and we gotta see the pricing, the services, because services gonna play a bigger model this generation than before.
Yeah. I think
before last gen, there was no Game Pass, right?
There wasn't a lot of Game Pass like last gen. Like
right.
Game Pass was coming on like
PlayStation now was
a couple years into this gen.
Because the PlayStation now is not well known, but it improved a lot. But it's still kind of not well advertised. Sony really pushing it. I think they got step up the game.
They have to. They're not on Game Pass level.
I know they're not Game Pass level, but they improve a lot. They improve a lot. But then it's a lot cheaper too. I think it's like $50 a year or something. No, with Game Pass like $120. So.
Yeah, but the thing about Game Pass, like currently, right? They switched to Game Pass Ultimate, right? And you guys can tell me if you think this is a good deal or a bad deal, right? So you gotta pay online for Xbox to play games on.
Which you have to do, but go ahead.
So there's Xbox Gold that you have to pay for to go online. I think Sony got that same model now.
The same nonsense when they hit that shit. To me, once you got your console internet, it should be free to play online. That I was not stop saying that.
But there's Xbox Gold, right? With Xbox Gold now, you get to play all your games online. You get a free game to play every month.
Which is really trash. But go ahead.
You get a free game, so if you get an Xbox 360 game, right, you can keep it. That's your game indefinitely. If you get and then outside of the games that they're giving you for free to play, as long as you have a subscription, right? You get games that you can play free for the month.
Right.
Right? Then outside of that, no, you get Xbox Game Pass, right? Which is there are two Game Passes now. There's a Game Pass for PC. And there's a Game Pass for console. So the Game Pass for PC is about $4 or $5.99 a month, I think. And the Game Pass for console is like $9.99. And then Xbox Gold is $9.99 a month, right?
Okay, I think that my problem, right? Right? Like, that's my problem, right? Wait, you can play online on PC for free and on Xbox.
What happened there?
No, I know I was asking you, right? Why on Xbox?
Yeah.
You got to play online, but not on PC. Like, you don't think that Xbox should reward the Xbox community by allowing it to have free online, even if it's via Game Pass?
That's the thing.
Because free on PC, if you get Game Pass on PC and you're online free, and they buy you box, I think I should get you online for free too.
I don't know. I think the price really goes to the maintenance of those servers.
You got servers.
I think that's where a lot of people just connect to servers, and for the most part, remember PlayStation had a free model, right?
Yeah, and then they went charge for it. But to be fair, right, PC niggas ain't paying for nothing, so.
No, don't pay for much. Just get away.
Yeah,
let's get away with
I think honestly, I feel like a
murder.
PC game, man. Look, I tell you, the only thing keeping me on PlayStation is the exclusive. The day they start playing the things on PC, they want to feel like they start creeping back over the PC.
Yeah, but basically all of them things that I just described in Game Pass is pay. There's this thing called Game Pass Ultimate that you pay. You get all of them for just $15 a month, $14.99.
All the new exclusive games,
basically,
yeah. I mean, Game Pass is a brilliant deal. You can't deny Game Pass.
It's a really brilliant deal. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And most of my games I get from those services that are EA access.
Yeah, I'm finding EA access though, but
yeah. EA access. EA access better if you have an Xbox.
Yeah, but I mean still, I honestly I just don't like EA really. That's why.
Yeah, it's better if you have an Xbox because of backwards compatibility. Yeah. So all of them things just tie in, man. You could play. You could play your OG Xbox games, the original Xbox games on the Xbox One right now.
Upgraded, yeah, and upgraded too.
Yeah. A lot of them got upgraded textures and that sort of thing. So to me, Xbox really doing a lot of things for the gamer that Sony isn't doing. If Sony ain't careful, Xbox may start overtaking them in certain areas.
I think what Sony model is this. We give the best shit you could play now. I think that what Xbox lacking. I think if Xbox had the same exclusive as PlayStation, PlayStation gotta be worried. But to me, Xbox exclusive just a little apart below, and I think some just get unfairly criticized. Like Ori and we really wish is a good game, but it did get the hype and praise it deserves. Gears 5 to me was very good, and to me, Gears 5. I know you're a PlayStation man. Everybody know that, but to me, Gears 5 they get respect it deserve neither. But I think Xbox has some of the exclusive that flop. It kind of put the games in a negative light, or is like Halo Infinite. The last couple Halos were impressive. Halo Infinite got a hype that got trying to reach. I don't think it can ever hit. Well, let's say Horizon Zero Dawn 2 could come out, and it could be same quality as Infinite, but the first Horizon was good. So people will be like, well, this one good too.
Yeah.
So I think Xbox got a slight hill battle that got try to win that. I don't know. Not saying it's impossible, but they got to be the game to try and win it.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that a lot of people don't, because when they tell people Xbox could win this next console generation, people say, no, Sony, like, and the sad thing is that they realize that that Microsoft got 13 studios now, and Sony got 12.
But to be fair, right, Sony got better studios. Hey, let me keep it a butt, T. Is my man. Sony got better ones, though. You can't deny that, man.
Listen.
Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Gorilla. Wait, I don't want to name.
They have good studios.
So they got better studios, though. I mean, Xbox got a lot of good studios, but a lot of them got to prove themselves. Like, I think the initiative got to prove themselves. Turn 10 good. I like Turn 10. Turn 10 will polyphony, though. But they're again lazy as shit.
Yes, they have Turn 10, right?
But they're again lazy.
But they also have they have another studio from the studio
Playground.
They have Playground as well, I think, and they have Rare. You know Rare from back in the day?
Yeah, but Rare kind of fall off.
They have Rare. Rare is who do that pirate game for them.
Which was
but trash. Rare developing another game.
But when I got Obsidian. That was a good boy.
Obsidian.
That was a good boy.
Yeah.
That was a good boy.
Obsidian that developed that game that I play on.
Outer Worlds?
Outer Worlds, right? Outer Worlds is a real good game.
Yeah, it's when I got good studios. So
A lot
it gonna
of
be
this
close. I tell people it gonna be
Microsoft bought a
close.
lot.
It gonna be close, right? Because I don't trust someone you know. So all this stuff sneaky nonsense. You can't trust someone. You like you man is the king of pettiness, dog. I'm just picturing the man just like, you know what? Let me build a studio and don't ever tell the body nothing. The man just petty, dog. Like the man so petty, right? I can picture the man Brandon Rex in New Resident Evil or something. You just feel like, really? The man just petty, dog. But Xbox, I think Xbox gonna do good though.
I feel they're gonna do well. I mean, the position themselves and they're really, really confident.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody really, really confident against somebody that whipped you last generation, because
they're gonna be good.
Let's be real. Look, Sony had the better console last generation. Had the better games. They had a lot of things. Even their controller was a great improvement. To me, and on the level of Xbox controller,
I disagree, but go
in
ahead.
terms of quality and that sort of thing. But it's like that's a preference thing. I obviously like the Xbox controller from the jump.
Yeah.
Well, not the OG controller.
Everybody hit
not
that. That was bad. That was a brick. I don't know where to build that thing so big, but whatever.
Yeah, but the man had a decent thing.
Yeah, to be 360 was the best control I never had. I prefer 360 over the Xbox One, honestly.
Yeah, even though I got Xbox One and it does be playing some of the games because it's got frame rate drops and that sort of thing. But I still like somebody like people was complaining about the TV features and thing. But I like some of the TV features. I like that I could plug in my Xbox to the TV. Like when I turn on, like I have my Xbox outside set up. When I turn on my Xbox, it is turn on the floor TV. It's turn on the TV, and I could control the volume for the TV. But I could change channels on the floor TV using my Xbox because I got infrared thing. And it's like, them is little things that I don't want to see leave for the other Xbox. But it looked like it leaving.
Yeah, and then connect.
Because they ain't got no HDMI import or nothing, so. Well, all them things was important to me. But I never thought they would be important.
Well, we will see what the generation cheer for. But wait, what's that techno on the stream?
The what?
The stream.
What the techno?
Yeah, you get techno. I put back and come when I made a dislike in the stream so much.
Oh, the techno the stream?
Yeah, I re-upload it because you get so much dislike.
Oh, no. People was probably bought her. Like we mentioned, we gonna bring gameplay, and then the men bring them.
So you know gamers, boy, they might get their hair hot, boy. But talking about fanboys again, their hair hot. We can finish this discussion. Cause we kept getting a little tired too, and we don't offer a go well. So let me wrap this up here, so man.
I hear, man. I hear. 20 bath.
Already wrap this up here, so
the Last of Us.
The Last of Us 2 leaks.
I see people complaining because it was too SJW.
Yeah. So,
but
I want to know, are we going into spoilers or are we going into no spoilers?
I don't think we should get into spoilers.
We're going into the spoilers. We're going into the spoilers. But for we got it. You think it's too much SJW, or you think people got misconstrued, or you think we should wait till the game come out?
To tell the truth, if the game leaked and people play the game and traded with Gory, then chances are it may have been to SJW. That could be the case. Because when it comes to changing up, you could have a political stance. That's fine. I don't see an issue with anybody having a political stance. But or you could even have that portrayed to true film, but you still need to respect the characters in the film. And I don't think, or the film or the game or whatever, chances are they did not do. So because they didn't do that, that's probably why they're running into issues. Don't change up, push your story, but don't change up the story to the point that I can't recognize the characters, and that's probably what they did. I just assuming because a lot of people were frustrated. A lot of people say, "Well, I ain't buying the game anymore." Honestly, so I don't know. That's a real peculiar one to deal with.
Yeah, but I must add though, I saw some leaks. I didn't see all. I don't know about you, but I saw some leaks. To me, I could see it being a bit divisive.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
The late to dislike ratio on the recent trailer that was split right down the middle actually.
yeah. But I kind of wonder if it would be something that would be like in 5 years' time, we look back and see that it was divisive, or 5 years' time, we look back and say, you know what, that was a bold move. And part of me kind of feeling it's kind of a bold move, but then I kind of, a part of me, like 60% of me thinking it's a bold move, 5% of me thinking you went too far. I didn't see all the leaks. I saw some of them, but I think a part of me is like, I think you went a little too far, but I don't know. I would wait until the game come out and got certain people that I listen
And
to.
see,
I don't trust everybody online because everybody got opinion. You got people that tell me
yeah,
gamers that never played the first game talking about this game all day every day for clicks on YouTube. So I
yeah,
go,
that's true.
yeah. So I know the guys that I follow who are PlayStation guys and play last game. So I'll see what they have to say and then I'll make my fun decision. But
Yeah,
it's
I get
disappointing,
you.
man. Cause I think this is the game that could have done very well and it should have done very well, but this
Yeah,
controversy just kind of marred the.
I get.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I say I can see what my boys at game ranks can see
Mm-hmm.
because it's usually give you a before you buy.
Yeah. They don't feel big
Yeah,
people that
there's
actually trust.
yeah,
I
they
don't
actually
know how
trust
big
it.
YouTube
It's
is,
just
honestly.
like it ain't about bias for them. It's about just telling you, well, should you buy it, should you not,
Right.
based on what they think.
Mm-hmm.
And if you disagree with it, you disagree. But at the end of the day, just at the end of the day, you gotta see what people say when it finally come out and people start playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So we got back to the. What do you think the critics?
Sometimes
You think critics would be fair to the game, or you think critics would be have a bias either way?
that's the thing. If they say that it's too SJW,
Mm-hmm.
then we already know how the criticisms will go. People that are more conservative are gonna say, well,
Mm-hmm.
game, the story sucks,
Mm-hmm.
well, blah blah blah. You know, when politics get into it, it's gonna go left and right. It's not gonna be about how good the story is.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be how this game affects my politics,
Mm-hmm.
how it bothers me, how it pushes an agenda that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's gonna be. Or if it does push an agenda that I like.
Mm-hmm.
So if it does, it's gonna be no, it's fine. Or if it doesn't, it's gonna be some bias. There's gonna be some biased reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the last thing will end up, despite all the controversy, all the noise that was made, it was still number 3 best selling game on Amazon during the hype the backlash. So maybe Naughty Dog is doing something that we don't know.
Yeah, maybe they play some chess or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably on another level that we see.
Yeah, man. All right, man. We had a brilliant show, a very long show, very lengthy, but it's a very great discussion.
You know how it is.
Yeah, man. T, thank you for coming on, sir. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Anything.
I mean, next time you're doing your live stream, let me know. Probably me and Kev could jump in and
man, for sure.
share opinions on your show. So just let us know
hit
what
me
may
up.
be available, man.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna see if we can do maybe this week. We're gonna see if everybody available just to do a little test.
Yeah.
Record it, see how it goes, and then we will see if we get everything up and running from there.
All right.
You gotta let me know. You gotta hit at the man. Let me know.
Yeah, Kev, thanks for coming through. I know you're a little late because I had a little delay with a fire in my neighborhood, so I had to be helping with some people,
cool.
so I started a little late. But thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no
thanks for the
problem.
guys in the live chat. Really appreciate it. And we will see you all next week.
Next week, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Mm-hmm.